for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's the boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. Numeri today, USA Boxing, man. We are back, man. We making it do what it do, man. It is what it is, man. I'm trying to make sure, I gotta make sure this lighting is up a little bit more. Hold on, guys. You know how I be tripping about the lighting. I'm actually looking at the show on this monitor. I'm trying to see if this lighting is up. Hold on. If the lighting not up, then I'm gonna have to turn the light on in the ring light. Because I have a camera right here, and it's in the ring, it's in the center of a ring light, of course. So I have that off. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I know y'all ain't coming to hear about no goddamn ring light. Shout out to salute the drumming for life. Shout out to Knockdown 305, Lil Green ISP. If you're new to the channel, y'all please if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video. Share it. You know what I mean? Just share it in your community tab. Or share it on Twitter or whatever the case may be. Shout out to Eddie Val in the building. GSV, VQ Chris. Why they lying? What's up, fam? Boss Dog in the building. Big Boss Dog in the building. Why they lying in the building? My sister Arlette Harlem's finest is in the building. Jesus, what's going on? Pauline is here. Knockdown 305. It is what it is. Let's get into the show. Let's see. We're gonna let YouTube send out the notifications, and then let YouTube send out the notifications, man. Did anybody watch the fights last night? They told me I can watch this. Handle this. I keep getting this. Did anybody watch the fights last night? Why they keep saying I can manage? Why they keep? I'm looking at this dude got 80,000 people watching him right now. This dude is a gamer. I'm watching somebody on TikTok right now. I'm watching somebody on TikTok right now, y'all. So, I was. I'm not watching them anymore, but I was. Yeah, man. Did anybody watch the fights last night, though? Drew, what you say, Drew? Drew say fell asleep watching those fights, coach. Yeah, man. Oh, man, bro. Yeah, hey, I'm not even gonna lie, dog. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie, dog. I was but I probably was tired. Cause I probably was a little tired, but bro, I'm not gonna lie, dog. Like that Danny Garcia fight and Jose Benavidez, Garcia versus Benavidez, that fight. If you came to the live last night, you saw I was kind of hyped for the Kalnaki fight. I think I was more hyped for the Kalnaki. As a matter of fact, shit, I think the Kalnaki fight was better than the main event. Kalnaki, you know what I mean? Kalnaki and Ali fought last night. And then Gary Antuanne fought Barthelemy, which that was a terrible stoppage. That was a terrible fight. Shouldn't have been stopped. I don't give a damn nobody say fight shouldn't have been stopped. The phone call came in to the referee. He had a bug in his ear, whatever the case may be, and he knew what time in TI is. They knew Barthelemy was a veteran. He had a lot of fights, and even though he did get knocked down, he got knocked down with a nice leaping right hook that Gary Antuanne threw. It was a leaping right hook that he threw. He did drop him, but the guy got back up, walked up to the referee, gave him his gloves to get the gloves. The referee rubbed his gloves on his chest, on his stomach, or whatever the case may be, and asked him could he continue. He said yes. He wasn't wobbling or nothing like that. And then the referee just waited on. So that told me everything I needed to know right there. True. They told me that told me everything I needed to know right there. Gary Antuanne Russell was not going to lose that fight no matter what. Had nothing to do with him. Had to do with the powers that be. He wasn't going to lose that fight, and they probably saw, you know what, man, we picked this Cherry. Now this Cherry is a veteran, you know what I mean. But we know that Gary Antuanne can hold his own. But that was a very competitive fight up until that point. Very competitive fight, and I think the powers that be were like, look here, man. First chance you get, I want you to do this dance right here. Do this dance right here. Or do this right here. First chance you get, you got to do that there. And that's what happened. I don't give a damn. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. I know what I saw. What you say? You say why all the PBC fights always have shady stoppages. Man, you know what? I'm not going to say all of them are that, and they're not the only ones. Other companies are as well. But I think we saw this with Michael Fox last year, right? And it wasn't a dude named Michael Fox. He got robbed on the scorecards. It's just always some flim-flam. It's some flim-flam, though. You see what I'm saying? And it was one guy that said, well, we already know what was going to happen anyway, so there's no need to crying about it. No. We don't know. We don't know. In boxing, fighters have got knocked down in the past and got up, and they end up knocking the guy out who knocked them down. And Barthelemy hurt Gary Antuanne a couple of times. He buckled him early in the fight. You know what I mean? And I picked Gary Antuanne to win the fight. So he did win the fight, but it was the way he won it, which had nothing to do with him. It was the referee. That was some bullshit last night. And then we followed that up with Danny Garcia and Benavidez. So let's get into the show. Danny Garcia wants Keith Thurman next. That's what he said. He want to fight Keith Thurman next. All right. The Jake Paul fight, and I know a lot of you guys were sad, and I know a lot of you guys have tears in your eyes, and you're hurt and devastated that Jake Paul fight got canceled. I know you guys are hurt. I know you're devastated, and I know that you have tears in your eyes right now, and this is sad Sunday for some of you guys, and I get it. If you're in the UK, I know it's an evening time. You're crying yourself to sleep at the mere fact that you won't get an opportunity to see Jake Paul fight next month because the fight got canceled. So I know you guys are sad about that. Let's get into this show. Now, Danny Garcia won a majority decision victory over Jose Benavidez. Now, one judge said it was a draw. One judge said it was a draw. I figured that was probably Jose Benavidez's cousin or something. But anyways, after the fight, Danny Garcia started crying. He said he was suffering from mental health issues for the past year and a half, right? Danny says the pressure of being a boxer was starting to get to him a lot. You know what I mean? And along with some other things. That's what he said. He revealed that to the world last night, right? Now, the fight was boring, and I almost fell asleep during my live watching the fight. This is true. I was sleeping in a motherfucker trying to cover this fight. Because it was the same wash, rinse, and repeat cycle. And the fight turned out pretty much how I pretty much said it. I figured it was going to turn out Friday when I made my prediction. I said, look, Danny Garcia going to win the fight. I don't see no way he can lose this fight. I even had people telling me, I don't know, man, Jose got a chance and this and that, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, dude, the man has one leg. He can't move. He has no lateral movement. So that means he can't push pressure. He can't put weight behind his punches. Because you have to sit on those punches. And you see how he was throwing punches last night? He couldn't bend that front leg. So he was like throwing like this and throwing like that, off rhythm and stuff like that, because he can't squat. He can't squat and sit on that leg and then, you know, he can't do that. He got to, you get what I'm saying? So I knew that. I already knew that. So I knew how it was going to be. In my opinion, Danny Garcia, you fought a one-legged guy. You at least should have knocked him down. Danny fought him real safe and cautious. Why, I have no idea. But he fought him safe and cautious. It is what it is. And that's just the way I see it. Now, as I said, the fight was boring as hell. Jose Benavidez has one leg and he can't move. He lacks lateral movement and he's flat-footed. Danny Garcia is flat-footed and slow. You see what I'm saying? He also fights at a slow tempo or a slow pace, which made the fight even worse because they were fighting at a slow pace. Not only are both of you guys are slow, one guy has one leg, another guy has cement in his shoes, and not only are both of you guys slow, but the pace was slow. Literally, I don't think Danny Garcia had a scratch on his face, and Jose Benavidez, I don't think he had a scratch on his face. It looked like a sparring match. It looked like a friendly sparring session. Yeah, you my dog, man. We just gonna spar a little bit, dog. Yeah, we just gonna do it like that, man. Come out here, Madison Square Garden, the Barclays, spar a little bit, dog. I ain't gonna try to hurt you. You don't try to hurt me. Well, you can't hurt me because you got one leg. And you don't try to hurt me, and we gonna dap it up and make it do what it do. That's what it seemed like to me. That's what it seemed like to me, right? Now, but as I said before, you know what I mean? Much love and respect to those guys, Jose Benavidez and Danny Garcia. Let's give Danny Garcia and Jose Benavidez a round of applause. You know, but this fight for me, it shouldn't have been a main event. You know what I mean? I know Danny Garcia is a main event type fighter, but I just can't lie. I just can't front, can't lie. the fight was boring. And it wasn't good to me. To me, it wasn't good. It was all right. Scale of 1 to 10, it was a 5, but that's about it. Now, Gary Antuanne Russell, he won via referee stoppage in a fight that shouldn't have been stopped. The end came suddenly. And this what happened. The end kind of came suddenly. When that was the 6th round. I think that was the 6th round, right? When Russell landed a leaping right hook to the temple. You see what I'm saying? He landed to the temple of Barthelemy, and he went down, and he was hurt, right? But then he got up. You know what I mean? He was able to get on his feet. He wasn't stumbling or wobbling or none of that stuff. Wiped this. He walked to his corner a little bit, shook his head at his corner, then walked back to the referee. I think the referee name was Shada Murder or something like that. He decided that Barthelemy could not continue, and he stopped the fight, which drew protests from Barthelemy's team, and of course the crowd was booing. You get what I'm saying? Now, this is another black guy in the sport of boxing on the PBC card. It was a PBC fight, Showtime fight. It's a black guy on their card. That is what it is. If it happens on another promoters or networks fight, guess what? It'll be a black guy on their card. You know what I mean? We ain't set tripping about companies, right? Now, in my opinion, this is another black guy. Much love to Gary Antuanne Russell for getting the victory. He had nothing to do with the referee stopping the fight. But from what I saw last night, it looks like to me that the fix was in. Gary isn't ready, in my opinion, and I got a lot of respect for the Russells and a lot of respect from DC. But if you're from DC, you're not going to like what I'm going to say. This is not about your feelings. This is about my observation last night. Gary isn't ready for any of the top guys in the 140-pound division, even though he is one of the top guys in the 140-pound division. When he gets up there in that top 5, he's in trouble. I'm going to tell you why. Tell you what I said before. He walks in the traps. He's very aggressive. When he comes in, he leads with his head a lot now. I noticed that last night. He depends on his speed, and he depends on his speed to overwhelm you. His speed and work rate, right? And Barthelemy timed him a couple of times, and he hurt Gary Russell early in the fight, like the 2nd round or something like that, right? He caught him coming in. If he fights somebody that know how to work behind that jab and has good timing and is just as fast as him, but has good timing though, not even the speed, just the timing, they're going to catch him coming in. You know what I mean? I looked at that fight and I'm like, man, I saw all the flaws that I saw when I saw him fight the other times. And that's just the way he fights. So that's just my opinion. Right? From what I saw, and he was getting caught last night with some trap counters. And then he started adjusting to it, though. And what I did like about what Gary Antuanne did, he started adjusting to it. He started noticing what Barthelemy was doing, and then he'll duck just a little bit lower, and then he'll come up. And, it is what it is. And Barthelemy was tying him up, of course, when he got in there. But the referee never should have stopped that fight, in my opinion. And in my opinion, Gary Antuanne Russell, he fights reckless at times. And he fights at one speed, as I said before. Timing and trap counters, guys, will beat him all day long. When his brother faces, in elite competition, remember what I said. Remember what I said. It's going to be trap counters that's going to catch him all the time. He going to run right into the shots. Now, Jake Paul, that fight was canceled. And I know a lot of you people in the chat right now, you're sad. You're sad right now. I know you're sad, and I know that you're you're sad, and I know that you're crying and you're hurt right now. Shout out to the boxing historian. Shout out to the boxing historian. Salute to you, fam. But anyway, Jake Paul fight was canceled. Do you guys want to know why? It was because of poor ticket sales. Showtime is not going to say this. Jake Paul is not going to say this. But the fact of the matter is, the draw in this fight was Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. When you want to make a big fight, you gotta have both halves of the equation. Contrary to popular belief, some of these fans on YouTube, when they go to capping for their fighter, oh, my fighter could just show up. My fight is the draw and this and that, and the other guy got to be realistic. No. When you're doing a big fight, you have two halves of the equation. One half can't do the numbers without the other half. The one half can do the numbers he normally does, maybe with someone else. You know what I mean? But if he want to go past those numbers, he's going to have to get the other half of the equation, contrary to popular belief, right? That's why I don't argue with these niggas, right? But anyways, as I said before, I learned about this about 3 weeks ago, though. About 3 weeks ago, I learned about it. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I learned about this, right? a little birdie flew on my shoulder and said something in my ear, and they were like, "Hey, coach, check this out. Sources say that these ticket prices for the Jake Paul and I seen Rockman Jr. fight, it's not doing well at all. It's all over in New York. No one is paying attention to this fight. This shit is terrible. It's doing bad. Don't be surprised if this fight get canceled." I was told that 2-3 weeks ago. True. Lo and behold, that motherfucker got canceled. Lo and behold. Now, I know a lot of you guys are crying right now. You're sad right now. Jose Gomez, I see you wiping the tears from your eyes. Shout out to my sister Arlette. I know she's devastated, but it is what it is, right? Now, the Showtime execs are taking the page out of the old Vince McMahon book, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I told you guys, boxing has become WWF right now. WWE, WWF, it's become WWE right now, guys. This shit is all bouffalet. The big fights that can be made that's going to threaten certain narrative, the narrative that's supposed to be cash cows and the faces of boxing and stuff like that, those fights are not going to be made. It's going to be a whole lot of pump faking, whole lot of niggas explaining, whole lot of internet this and internet that, but nothing is going to happen. I've been telling you guys this about this boxing shit. This boxing shit is fugazi as hell now. But it's going to work itself out. And for me, people like Steven Espinosa is the problem. I don't know the brother. People like Mauricio Suleiman is the problem. When you're making all of these belts, Baby Got Back belt, PapaJohn.com belt, Hoghead Cheese belt, Cookies and Cream belt, Shawty Big Nuts belt, Poke Chop Willie belt. You got all these different belts. Everybody's a champion. You see what I'm saying? Hell, even I'm a champion. I got a WBC belt too. They're giving them out like hotcakes. You see what I'm saying? They're giving them out like hotcakes. Now, when you don't have the right dance partner, guys, ticket sales will flop. Unless you're Tank Davis or Ryan Garcia. They do decent numbers fighting tomato cans. We know that, right? We know that. They do decent numbers fighting tomato cans. Now, Ryan Garcia did fight Javier Fortuna. He wasn't a can. But you get what I'm trying to say. Some fighters can still do decent numbers. Hell, Roland Romero and Tank Davis sold out the Barclays Center. That tells you everything you need to know. But those are only a couple of fighters that can do that, right? Rockman was a late replacement, and he's not a draw. No one knows who Hasim Rahman Jr. is. He's not a draw, right? The lack of ticket sales reflected that. So the fight was canceled. Dana White broke it down beautifully at the UFC press conference. We're going to watch a couple of videos today. Now, question I want to ask you guys is this. Were you guys impressed by Danny Garcia's performance? Do you feel that the referee stopped the fight prematurely in the Russell versus Barthelemy fight? That's two questions, right? Are you guys upset that Jake Paul and Hasim Rahman Jr. was canceled? And for what I'm seeing in the chat, it looks like a lot of you guys are upset. So, I might have to play some funeral music for you guys because I know y'all heard about this. Shout out to Drew for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey Leroy,
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Drew, what you say, fam? You say Dana White called Steven Espinosa a weasel, and he looks like one. Yeah, a lot of these multimillionaires up top, they sitting there banging on each other. You get what I'm saying?
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Jose, what you say, fam? You say participation trophies. That's all, cool. That's all it is. That's all it is, fam. Everybody and their mama got a belt. The WBC, but shit, between the WBC and the WBA, they got a whole lot of goddamn belts. I told you guys that Luis Ortiz had 6 heavyweight titles. You guys didn't know that, did you? He had 6 heavyweight titles. True. Nah, I be it. There were a bunch of Reggie belts, but that's neither here nor there. He had a bunch of them. Luis Ortiz had the WBO and the WBA. WBO and the WBC Latino heavyweight titles. That's 2 right there. He had the WBC Fidelity title, better known as the Fedewap belt, WBC Fedewap belt. He also had the WBA Fidelity belt. He also had the FE Carbox, the WBC FE Carbox title. He had that too. I forgot all the belts he had. He had like 6 or 7 of them. Ortiz had more belts than Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. He had more belts than all of them. Nobody had more belts than the boogeyman of the division. True. Let's see. Al Money, what you say? Oh, you said what's up to you said what's up to Lockdown. What you say, Jason? You say not impressed by Danny, upset by early stoppage, couldn't care less about Jake Paul. Hey, I like the way you summarized that. Not impressed by Danny, upset by the early stoppage, couldn't care less about Jake Paul. I like the way you wrap that up, fam. I like that. Haleen, what you say? You said, yeah, the ref stopped it too early. Bro, that was terrible. AI, what you say, fam? You say fight. He say fight Morrison, late replacement. He has requested the fight. No, listen, I'm finna tell you. Oh, listen, AI, I'm finna tell you. Not fixing to. I'm finna tell you what's going down. Finna tell you what the lick read, right? You want to know what the lick is? I'm finna tell you right now. Cool Boy Curry, he said that Twitch belt. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Jesus, what you say, fam? You say not impressed by Danny. He needs to fight that true 154-pounder, not Keith. Seems like the PBC guys are helping each other in these fights to make money, just to make money. See, this is how this goes over there. Spence Crawford fight 9 times out of 10, more than likely it's not going to happen. I got some videos that I dropped last year explaining why. I'm gonna pull out the receipts now. Thurman got moved up. Mysteriously, Mauricio Sulaiman received a phone call from yours truly. Next thing you know, Keith Thurman moves up to number 1. The challenge for the WBC title that Errol Spence currently has. That Errol Spence currently has, right? Now, rumor has it, recorded on the report sources. Well, Spence said he ain't gonna never fight Thurman. Yeah, nigga, whatever. Whatever Al Heyman says is what goes. But somehow, mysteriously, if that doesn't happen, you know, we got Danny Garcia in the cut. We can always recycle that. That'd be a good fight. My homeboy Keith one-time Thurman from Florida, Clearwater, fighting Danny Garcia at 154. This is what's going on. You have certain companies that they don't believe in making big fights that does not pertain to, we'll just say this. They don't believe in making these big fights, right? And if it's a fighter who they love and care about so much, there's always going to be all types of difficulty to get a fight made when it's a guy that's maybe a free agent or a guy that's maybe on the other side of the street, unless you're Wilder and you want to fight Tyson Fury. And understandably so on Tyson Fury, shit, everybody would have wanted to fight him coming out of retirement, coming off crack, coming off mental health. He was weighing 700 pounds. So that was an easy pick right there. And then if you fight him the first time, you knock him down twice. So you want to get back the second time because everybody like, yeah, man, if you knock him down twice the first time, just imagine what they're gonna do when he catch him clean this second fight, which I betted on Wilder the first fight and the second fight. I bet on him. I lost money. I lost money on it, but I bet on him twice. The third fight I betted on Fury, but that's neither here nor there, right? So that's a special situation. But outside of that situation, the other ones are, man, because they have matchmakers. And I told you guys, matchmakers know and understand. Hey, man, look here, man. As a matter of fact, let's pull this shit up. We're going to look at some videos, and we're going to pull this up. Let's go to bookmark. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't really get caught up in the narratives and the egos and all that shit. I know what time of TI is. Yep, so that's that one there. Open that one there up like that there. And hold on, guys. We're gonna look at some videos, but let's go over here too. We're gonna look at that one, and then we gonna see the matchmakers know what time it is. Matchmaker like, man, you know what, man, this shit don't look good right here, boy. Stylistically, because they know all the information in the data. Stylistically, man, this shit don't look good, dog. This shit ain't gonna be no good matchup. You know what I mean? We got our operatives working out there overtime. But let's do that one there too. We'll pull that one up too. We got our operatives working overtime, but the shit ain't looking good. Shout out to Haleen. The shit ain't looking good, right? So let's break this shit down. What did it say, Jose? He said, I got sources. It's not happening either. Shit. La 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 la. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It is what it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You say it's easy. It's easy to look at fighting a guy that gestures more than he punches. Not impressed with Danny. You know, I mean, and to be fair, this is not me dumping on Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia did good. He dominated the fight, in my opinion. I like Danny Garcia. Jose Benavidez, he didn't do nothing, but I didn't expect him to do nothing. I didn't expect him to do nothing. It is what it is. You know what I mean? He was chosen for a reason. I told you guys Friday. I say, look, this is a cherry pick. You know, they know that, hey, man, Jose Benavidez, he did not look good his last fight. He fought to a draw. He has no lateral movement. His lead leg that he stands on, he can't bend the leg. This is why when he throws a punch, he can't step with the jab. Do you notice that? He can't step with the jab, man. He can't even push off. He can't step with the jab because the left leg will buckle. So he has to keep it straight so you literally have to be directly in front of him and standing there not moving for him to just really beat on you. If you just move side to side a little bit and circle him a little bit and yada yada yada, make him turn laterally, you can hit him. And you know, and they knew that. I told you guys this Friday what time it was. Anybody who betted on Jose Benavidez, I don't know what you were thinking about, but I told you that Friday. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But you know, that's just how the ball bounces. That's how the ball bounces. It is what it is. Bondell, he said you're wrong on this one, coach, because Crawford Spence, what happened? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'll probably happen maybe 4 or 5 years from now. But guess what, Bondell, you're gonna find out and I'm gonna find out. You're gonna find out, I'm gonna find out. It is what it is. It is what it is. You say instead of being disappointed with Benavidez, they're disappointed at Fanny for fighting him. Shaking my head. No, it ain't even just that. I mean, I just said I'm disappointed with both of them, but Benavidez has one leg. How can you be disappointed in a one-legged guy? You know what I mean? You knew, you know, I'm telling you, that's why he got chosen. That's why he got picked. That's why I got picked. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. This ain't no dump on Danny. I like Danny Garcia. He did good. Danny Garcia won. He did good. Let's give him a round of applause because I don't want no Danny Garcia fanboys getting moist. Let's give him a round of applause. Danny Garcia. Anna Lee, what you say, sis? You say he can't put pressure on that leg. He needs to find another way to make a living. I totally agree with that. True. Arlette, what you say, sis? You say, can you see him beating Fundora? No. Lubin? No. Harrison? No. Castano? No. Jamel Charlo? No. No, I don't see him beat none of those guys. No. Not Danny. Not Danny. Reese Mack, what you say? You say, I can't believe one judge had Jose versus Danny a draw. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. What judge gave it a draw? That go to tell you what time at TI is. Okay, let's go on over here. Let's go over here. Let's get the Dana White. Let's get the Dana White. Let's do this though. Let's do this, Cletus. Let's do this. Now, this article was written in 2017, guys. I'm gonna break something down for you. I'm gonna break down for you why certain fights don't happen. And this is very relative to what's going on right now. Now, this is the role of a matchmaker. If you don't know what a matchmaker is the guy who picks certain, he's the guy who makes the matches for promotional companies for fights, right? So, you know, when you see a fight that happens, this is why when Boo Boo Andrade pulled up on Jamal Charlo about 2017, and then Jamal Charlo with the niggas explaining, and he said, yeah, man, Boo Boo like, man, when you gonna fight me? When me and you gonna fight? And he said, oh, yeah, man, me and you can fight. You know, I ain't got no problem with that. We can make it happen. And then he said, but I'm not a matchmaker. Jamal Charlo always say that. I'm not a matchmaker. So he lets you know I'm not a matchmaker, right? So why is that important? Let's find out what a matchmaker is for all the boys and girls that know what a matchmaker is. Now, in the past, you've seen me doing blogs and roles, yada, yada, yada. Okay, this guy talking about what he did in the past. In basic terms, it is the matchmaker's responsibility to set up every fight we watch. They often do this alongside with the promoter of the show. Let's stop right there. It is the job and the responsibility of a matchmaker to set up every fight that we watch that we watch, that the fans watch, right? What do? They often do this alongside with the promoter of the show. So let's stop right there. So if you are a promoter, you have a fighter that's your cash cow or your top guy or your ace boom coon. If you have a fighter that's that, and let's say this fighter is calling out someone that's stylistically a nightmare for him. And the fighter wants to fight him, but guess what? The promoter and the matchmaker like, man, I don't know about that dog. Now, shit, you our cash cow now. Shit, we don't get you 2 whole head cheese sandwiches, and then we put you in there. But that dude right here, he ain't gonna play with you. You said, I don't know about that there, man. You see what I'm saying? So, shout out to Drew.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2, bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
I want to say, Drew, you say every race culture has a mall Charlo, all cap. Yeah.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. We got over 200 people in here, less than 200 likes. I do want to open up the phone lines. But here you go. Anyway, yeah, so they know. The doggone, they know. The doggone promoters know. The promoters know. The matchmakers, they know this already. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no way in the hell. Shit, ain't no way in the hell we gonna put you in there with him. Shit, now I wanna fight him. No, I don't know about that now, baby boy. Let's continue. Now, this how this works. Now, sometimes the promoter alone will make the fights when they do matchmaking. Now, at this point, I bet I know what you're thinking already. I already knew this. But how do they do it? Let's look at the how, right? Well, before making any fight, the matchmaker will look at the record of the boxer he's trying to match with the other fighter who he works for, right? On the promoter who he works for. And then he will look for another fighter who he thinks would give him a good fight. After all, a big part of this job that the matchmaker does is to make sure that the fans see an entertaining fight, an attraction, you know what I mean? An attraction, right? You know what I mean? Very entertaining, very entertainment. Make sure that the fans see an entertaining fight, and yet they get value for their money. So the boxing fans, we are very smart. Boxing fans know. We know a hog head cheese sandwich when we see it. We know a pickle pig feet when we see it. We know pork grinds when we see it. We know doggone a tomato can when we see it. We know a Fruit Loop when we see it. We know a hula hoop when we see it. We know these things. So you got to really, really like the boxing fan looking at these promotional companies, the matchmaker like, okay, now look here, my nigga, check this out. I know you ain't talking about putting this on pay-per-view now. I watch it, but you talking about putting this on pay-per-view. I don't know about that dog, because he fighting a whole head cheese sandwich. And I don't want to see him fight no whole head cheese sandwich when you telling me he's a star or a top guy. We're not doing that, okay? Let's continue. Now, so on paper, at least it seems like a very easy job. But I believe it is the toughest job in boxing, apart from being a fighter. Why? Because they have to make the right choices. They got to make the right matches at the right time. They have to make the right matches at the right time. Let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's read this again. So on paper, at least it looks like a very easy job to do. But it's one of the toughest jobs to do in boxing, apart from being a fighter. Why? Because they have to make the right matches at the right time. Guess what? If they say, look here, baby boy, that nigga ain't slowing down, boy. Ooh, goddamn, he don't stop everybody in this goddamn division. You ain't did that. Ooh, goddamn, boy, this shit don't look like it's time. It ain't time, boy. This I don't like this here, man. Just the time ain't right now. Get in contact with our YouTube channels and let them know what to say, because this shit ain't working out, baby boy. And everybody shaking like booty meat over here. Okay, let's continue now. Let's continue. Now, they have to make the fights at the right time. Although they try and keep the fans happy, it is important to remember that the matchmaker works for who? He works for the promoters and the fighters, not the fans. So if the promoters say, look here, baby boy, I want you to give my main man a good scrapping, but make sure that you pick someone who's going to be tailor-made to his style. Because the matchmaker works for the promoter and the fighters, not the fans. The promoter's job is to trick the fans and make them think we getting filet mignon instead of a pork chop. That's their job, right? And their job is to make a lot, as much money as they can. We're going to look at the role of a promoter in a minute. Now, So the matchmaker can come up with a real good fight that he knows the fans would love to see, but it won't happen because it doesn't serve the promoter's interest. Let's stop right there. True, true, true. Lord, this finna break some hearts today. Heartbreak Hotel, man. One of my favorite songs by the Jacksons. Heartbreak Hotel. It came out in 1980. Michael Jackson put it back on his bad album, Heartbreak Hotel. Y'all look it up. Let's read that one more time. Let's read that one more time. So on paper, at least it looks like a very easy job, the matchmaker. But I believe it is the toughest job in boxing, apart from being a fighter. Why? Because they have to make the right fight at the right time. And although they try and keep the fans happy, it is important to remember that he works for the promoters and the fighters, meaning their interests, not the fans. So the matchmaker can come up with a real good fight that he knows the fans would love. We know we want to see this fight between this fighter from Omaha, Nebraska, and that fighter from Texas. We know we want to see that fight. That's what we want to see. But guess what? He said right here, so the matchmaker could come up with a real good fight that he knows the fans would love to see. But it won't happen. Why that fight won't happen? Because it doesn't serve the promoter's interests. If it doesn't serve the promoter's interests, guess what? It's not going to happen. So really being a matchmaker is a fine line between making matches that the fans want to see and making fights that will make money for the promoters and the fighters. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. True, true, true. Take it or leave it alone. Shout out to Emmett.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
I want to say, Emmett, you say PBC stalling Bud out so he ages and EJ can catch him. Hey, it is what it is.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Take it or leave it alone. Take it or leave it alone. Take it or leave it alone. That's the role of a matchmaker. That's what they do. And the promoters know, hey, if it look like it's going to be a good matchup, we'll make that match in a hurry. Ain't no A-side, B-side talk. Ain't none of that there. Ain't none of it ain't all these stipulations. But when it's a fight that don't look good stylistically, guess what? Goddamn, 70-30, 80-20, wrong side of the street. Oh, you left the side of the street. They got to be realistic. Goddamn. Oh, shit. You know, it's a whole lot of niggas playing. This is why. Take it or leave it alone. Take it or leave it alone, right? Let's go on over here. Let's go on over here. Over here. Yep. Let's see. Let's go. So they were talking about Don King, right? They were talking about Don King over here. Let's go on over here, man. Let's go on over here. Now, this is about a promoter. What is a promoter? You see the greatest promoter of all time, Don King right there. Him, Evander Holyfield, and Michael Moore. Michael Moore. That's what we say, Michael Moore. Now, a promoter is not a manager. There's a huge difference between the two. A manager's job is to what? Is to look out for the best interest of the fighter. The promoter's job is to what? Is to look out for the best interest of the promoter. What is in the best interest of the promoter? To pay the fighter the least amount of money that we can pay him and to keep as much money as we can. That's the job of a promoter, right? Now, sometimes those interests align with the boxer's interests, but more often than not, they don't. Now, that's why you hear so many boxers ending up broke despite the success in the ring. The less money a boxer makes for fighting, the more money the promoter gets paid or financial advisor. Promoter or financial advisor. That's how this shit works in boxing. Take it or leave it alone. Don't make me know, never mind. The more money the promoter gets paid for promoting the fight, that's what it is, right? So if the fighter makes less money, it's the more money that the promoter gets paid for promoting the fight. That's why you get low. That's why you have a lot of fighters get paid low guarantees. We're gonna give you a low guarantee. The back end shit ain't guaranteed. You want to know why the back end shit ain't never guaranteed? I'm gonna tell you why back end ain't guaranteed. For everyone who doesn't know, because in order to get the rest of your back end money, those pay-per-views are going to have to reach certain benchmarks. You know, the promoter may say, hey man, in order for you to receive A, B, C, and D, we're going to need to reach a certain amount of numbers for you to receive that. Right now, if you pay a fighter a low guarantee, guess what? He can do novel. He can do novel pay-per-view sales, and he can still get paid because why? Because he ain't get paid nothing guaranteed in the first place. You can pay 1.5 up front, 2 million up front. That ain't nothing. And the other guy getting paid 500,000 and a Cuban sandwich. That ain't nothing. So you can afford to do that. You just see what I'm saying? That's why you see when they submit what these fighters get paid to the Nevada Athletic Commission, to the Nevada Athletic Commission on paper. Yeah, this guy only getting paid 1.5. This guy only getting paid $750,000. That's his guarantee. That means the rest of that shit ain't guaranteed. You get what I'm saying? And who knows what's in the contracts? We don't know. But it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. Let's continue though. Let's continue. So that's why you hear so many boxers ended up broke despite the success in the ring. The less money a boxer makes for fighting, the more money the promoter gets paid for promoting the fight. It's a lot. It's a lot like the setup that puts musicians at odds with their labels. And we know how musicians get at odds with their labels, recording artists. The boxing promoter is in charge. What is the boxing promoter in charge of, guys? The boxing promoter is in charge of setting up and paying for everything involved in a boxing match and making sure all legal requirements are met at every step along the way. So when you have a fighter saying that, yeah, I got my own promotion company, bullshit. If you ain't paying for everything, guess what? You just got an LLC. You just got an LLC that say Shawty Big Nuts Promotions. You just got an LLC with your name on a banner in the background. That's all you got. If you ain't paying for your fights, if you ain't setting up everything, paying for everything that's involved, making sure all of the legal requirements have been met, if you ain't doing none of that, you ain't got no promotional company. You a nigga with an LLC and no staff. True. So guess what? When you see a referee just wave a fight off that was close, guess what? Guess who paid him? The promoter. True. Guess who he works for? He's going to work for the best interest of the one who's buttering his bread, so to speak. Is what it is. Take it or leave it alone, right? Take it or leave it alone. Never mind. Now, the promoter assumes all the financial risk associated with the event. Whether that means the promoter is paying for the event himself or is securing a number of secondary investors to guarantee the costs are met. And this is what Jules was saying when he was talking about a particular fight. I ain't gonna even talk about that. So because some fighters can secure secondary investors, like Eddie Hearns. Eddie Hearns is a promoter. Guess what? He know how to go to Saudi Arabia and get the Saudis to put up $80 million for a fight and pay his fighter 40-something million or 80-something million for a fight. Pay his fighter 40-something million, and the other guy who's fighting the cash cow getting paid another million. You notice he's always able to do that. I don't know how you're able to do it. Some other guys, American-based promotional companies and advisory companies, they can't do it, but the boy from England can do it. I just going on over here to me laddies over here, man, and I can get 100. I can get a hunt done out of them. I can get a hunt done. But these stars that's over here in America, they for some reason, these stars can't get that done. I wonder why. Unless your name Canelo Alvarez. True. The boy from Mexico is on some other shit. Now let's continue. Now, let's go. It said the promoter take all the financial risks associated with the event, whether that means the promoter is paying for the event himself or he's securing a secondary investors to guarantee that the costs are met. And when we talk about costs, we're talking about every single thing involved in a fighting event, from the plastic cups the beer is served in, to the chairs from the corners of the ring, the actual chairs that the fighters sit down on, to the ring itself. The ring girls that step in the ring, the referee, the promoter is responsible for paying the referee. Guess who the referee works for? He works for the promoter. The referee's job is to do whatever it takes, and that's in the best interest of the promoter. We can't forget about the judges, need to, right? The ticket sales of the promoters is responsible for advertising, licensing, and making sure the scales used for the weigh-in are properly calibrated. So when you have a fighter telling you, I'm my own boss and I got my own promotional company, bull to the shit. Nigga, you got an LLC and you got to call somebody. True. Let's continue. Let's see. A big-time promoter will often contract out a lot of the details, while small-time promoter is probably standing in line at the state boxing commission's office, ready to obtain the necessary licenses for the fight and is measuring the ring dimensions to make sure that it is up to code. But either way, the promoter is ultimately responsible if anything doesn't meet the legal requirements or if something goes wrong and the ambulance isn't waiting right outside the venue for the exact two because you got to have an ambulance outside just in case something was to go down with the fighters and stuff like that. The fact that the promoter is assuming all of the financial risk in setting up a fight means that he or she is logically expects to do what? Get a huge chunk of the profits brought in for that fight. This is where the promoter's interests are directly opposed to the boxer's interests. Why? Because the promoter and the boxer's manager negotiate the boxer's purse for the fight, how much money the boxer takes home for stepping up in the ring. From the boxer's perspective, the boxer's respective purses are a cost involved in setting up the fight. Just like supplying an ambulance and food vendors are a cost, right? The larger a boxer's purse, the smaller the profit that the promoter takes home. So the promoter's financial interests are best served by what? Minimizing the boxer's purse as much as possible. I'm going to give you $1 million guaranteed, baby boy. I'm going to give you 1.5 guaranteed. And what we're going to do, we're going to try to give you the rest on the back end. You feel me? True. And unscrupulous promoter would take advantage of a young, hungry boxer who just want to get in the ring and show what he or she can do. It's up to the manager to make sure that the boxer gets a fair chunk of the pie. The promoter has no duty whatsoever to be fair to the boxer. So for all you dudes who like to count for promotion of companies, oh man, this promoter coming over here, man, he be looking out. Everybody over here, we riding in private jets, and we got mansions, and we got Dookie Links, and you know what I mean, with ice in it, and we got Rolexes. Our promoter and financial advisors, what they do, they look out for our boys over here. No. True. It's up to the manager to make sure that the fighter gets what he's supposed to get. The promoter has no interest whatsoever to the boxer. But while the promoter is going to do everything in his or her power to minimize the cost, the interests of a boxer and promoter do align in general ways, you know what I mean, in something that both benefits both of them from a well-publicized fight. The biggest skill involved in being a great promoter is being a great promoter, knowing how to market and advertise a fight so that it appeals to the broadest possible demographic. This is why I told you guys, what is the demographics of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford? What are their demographics? That tells a lot. That's why I said that. And that's why I said that, right? We're not going to talk about them. We ain't talking about them today. Fuck both of them. We ain't talking about them. Now, it's knowing how to get the most paying customers to want to see the fight. That is the promoter's job. The promoter's job is to try to get as many people as possible to want to see this fight. That's the promoter's job. In today's time, promoters want the fighters to do that. In today's time, promoters want the fighters to, do the job of a promoter. Well, if the fighter's going to do the job of a promoter, what is the purpose of a promoter? Oh, okay, well, the fighter going to need the promoter because guess what? If the fighter can't put the money up for his own goddamn fights and take on all of the financial responsibility, then guess what? He going to need a promoter or somebody. But that's neither here nor there. In this day and age, that usually means knowing the ins and outs of the pay-per-view system and getting all sorts of people, not just boxing fans, to pay a lot of money to get the fight on their home TV. And in order for you to get the boxing fans to pay for the fights, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to give the boxing fans the fights that they want. The promoter, for the promoter, a well-publicized, expertly marketed fight means profits. The problem is these promoters do not advertise and market fights anymore. Those days are over. Well, the ones in America don't. We know the ones in America don't. For a skilled boxer, it means going from boxer. It means going from boxer with marquee potential to marquee boxer. You see what I'm saying? So this is what it is. So as we look at the financial terms, in the end of the day, a boxer is best served when he signs on with a skilled promoter and sends a loyal, dedicated manager to do the financial negotiating. Boxers who achieve not only success in the ring, but also long-term financial success, know to surround themselves with people who know their business, who know the business of boxing, as well as those who are a part of the art. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what the promoter does. So when you don't see these fights get done, this is why. Take it or leave it alone. True. Steve, what you say? You say 100% on promoters not marketing fights anymore. No. I heard they had a good MMA fight last night. I did see Mike Tyson and Terrence Crawford together in Dallas, Texas. Was it in Dallas? I think it was in Dallas last night at an MMA fight. He say shit. We get MMA fights every week. Boxing, you gotta wait months, and years for big fights. Yeah. That is true. Alonzo Amon, he say, isn't it funny Bob Arum is out of the equation and still Bud and Spence hasn't been made? Nah, I mean, bro, if you read in between the lines, Alonzo amazing. You read in between the lines, fam. The matchmakers, they, it is what it is, man. They like, I don't know about this here, man. Boy, woo, this shit right here, boy. This shit shaking like booty meat over here. He said boxers seem happy with Al. Yeah, if you say so, fam. If you say so, when you say boxers, they have over 200 fighters. If you say so. I don't think you can represent. I don't think you can look at 5 or 6 fighters and say that boxers. You know what I mean? I don't think you can look at that. You know what I mean? And in their contracts, they have to say we gotta. First of all, we gotta thank Al Heyman. That's in the contract too. But this ain't no shade. I'm just telling you how it is. Boss Dog, he say, Coach, why do they make fights? Why do they make fights wait in a week before weigh-in? He said, why do they make fights wait? I don't understand. You make fighters wait a weigh-in a week before the weigh-in? No, I think in boxing, they weigh in like 2 days before the fight, right? No, they weigh in the day before. They weigh in the day before in boxing. I think they weigh in the day before. He say, Coach, what are the chances Bud Spence fight get made? I tell you what. You got a better chance of, and it's possible. But for what I'm seeing, you got a better chance of going into the forest and finding a 10-foot grizzly bear, Alberto, fighting him, and you yourself beating him, then this fight getting made. But I could be wrong. Fotex, he say, Coach, have you watched the latest video on Big Rolo? I think he's bending sideways, checking grown men out. Nah, I haven't seen him. Shout out to Shelton Moore, man. Salute to Shelton, man. Shout out to Shelton. Let's go on over here, though. Let's go on over here to the videos. Let's go to the videos. Now, Danny Garcia said he want to fight Keith Thurman. I hope they can make that fight happen. It is what it is. They need each other. Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia need each other. If Keith and Errol Spence don't fight. I still don't rule that out. You know what I mean? Who knows what Al Heyman got up his sleeve? But let's do this though. Let's do this. I gotta show you something. Now this here was Sean Porter made a prediction, and I heard about this fight with the Jake Paul and the Rockman. I heard about 3 weeks ago this fight was not going to happen. Shout out to Steve Kim, who broke that down to me. True. He told me, he said, Coach, this shit ain't gonna happen. They're gonna cancel this fight. The ticket sales are doing terrible. It's not gonna happen. I'm like, for real, you think so? I'm telling you, wait and see. Guess what? Lo and behold, that's what happened. Let's hear what Sean Porter has to say, though. Sean, let's go over here. Shout out to them boys at Fight Hub, man. I do not own the rights to this material. It's for education purposes only. Hold on. I told you this boxing shit is WWE, guys. It's all a stage. Nothing is never what it appears to be. This shit is becoming faker and faker every day. But if you like wrestling, then you'll be a fan of the sport of boxing right now. Shout out to Doug Right Side
fighting Jake Paul. First off, let me get your thoughts about the matchmaking of the fight. Do you feel that there's a
listen to what Sean Porter is saying? Listen to what Sean. Well, now we just talked about matchmaking, right? Didn't we talk about matchmaking? We just talked about matchmaking, right? Everything I do, there's a method to my madness. We just talk about matchmaking, right? Y'all check this out.
Particular reason why they picked him? Because I have some Rahman Jr. fighting Jake Paul. First off, let me get your thoughts about the matchmaking of the fight. Do you feel that there's a particular reason why they picked him? Because I have some things that I've been thinking in my head, and I don't know if I'm like too far off.
No, you're not off. Your thoughts are the same as mine. They're picking a fighter that practically just got knocked out.
Okay. Yeah,
that's.
I was like, there's a reason why they're picking him, because he got knocked out in his last fight.
But even
Yeah. So they talk about the matchmaking. We know, Jake Paul, he was supposed to fight Tommy Fury, and he ended up fighting Rockman as a late replacement. We know this, right? It is what it is. I don't think no real boxing fans are really checking for this fight, but it is what it is. But let's continue.
beyond that, he's in a higher weight. They're gonna force him, fighter that practically just got knocked out.
Okay. Yeah,
that's.
I was like, there's a reason why they're picking him, because he got knocked out in his last fight.
But even beyond that, he's in a higher weight. They're gonna force him to pull his weight down, and I don't know how Jake Paul, to be as young as he is, he's very business savvy, and then somehow, some way, he's very business savvy in the sport of boxing. Let's say
you see Floyd, the career of Floyd, the career of Canelo.
I'm gonna give you a hypothetical. Yeah. Let's say Hasim Rahman and his camp are like, they understand that he's trying to get us to suck ourselves down. We're only gonna go here.
So it was a whole bunch of A side, B side. You see a lot of that shit going on. And he the A side, he dictate the terms. Floyd did it. Floyd had to do what Oscar say. And then so now if you want to fight him, he dictate the terms. A side, okay, let's continue.
They'll massage it, Jake Paul. They'll massage it. They'll cancel the fight, and they'll massage it and make it all Hasim's fault. And they won't take the rap for anything. You know what I mean? Like he really has a way of doing this so that he's kind of like covered all of the bases. You know what I mean? So even if
now this video was made weeks ago prior to the canceling. Sean Porter already broke it down what was going to happen, and then Steve Kim broke it down to me what was going to happen, and it happened just like that.
take a look at the rehydration clause. He's covering all of his bases. You know what I mean? So the fight as a whole, I've known Rock for a while. My dad's trained Rock maybe once. And, he has to work hard in preparation for this fight. He cannot take Jake Paul lightly, and he has to be ready to go the distance and remain upwards to 90% through the distance of the fight. The
reason why he's saying this is because Rockman has problem making the weight. The weight cut was brutal for him apparently, and this is why. We're gonna get into it, but let's continue. But the fact of the matter is, he talked about what was going to happen in this fight, this non-fight, and it happened just like that. The ticket sales wasn't doing good. Steven Espinosa's not going to say this, but the ticket sales wasn't doing good. And the people on that side of the fence, they'll probably never admit it, but that's what happened. That's basically what happened. And then, Showtime is in bed with Jake Paul now. You know what I mean? That's kind of like they're one of their top guys, their top fighters, their top attractions. So they're not going to let anything happen to that top attraction. We have to continue to sell the illusion that Jake Paul is this phenom in the sport of boxing that's revolutionizing the sport of boxing, and we have to matchmake him up very well. And when we do get some good fighters in there with him, they have to know that, hey, you can't knock this dude out. This is the cash cow. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling y'all what it is. You can take it or leave it alone. And guess what? This shit happens in not just with Jake Paul. This shit happens in the sport of boxing in general. This is how it works. Let's continue.
Ring 100%. If 98, 99, 90, 97%. But as the course of that fight goes on, it ticks down. Now we're at 98. Now we're at 92. Now we're at 93. But the elites, we train to perform at 95.
Shout out to the boss in the store
for 100% of the fight.
Shout out to NLE.
So those guys that don't train like that or don't know how to train like that, those are the guys that come to the ring and they look gassed after
Shout out to Halim,
which is what Jake Paul is expecting.
A two-part thing. Do you expect Hasim to win? And do you think he's severely handicapped coming into this fight?
I think he's handicapped coming to the fight. I want him to win.
But do you think he's going to win?
I want him to win.
He said, I want him to win. So basically, all right, let's move on. So in the beginning of the video, we heard that Sean Porter said what was going to happen. I found out about this 3 weeks ago. Let's continue. We're not finished. We're not finished. We're not finished. We're not finished. Let's go to, because I know a lot of you guys are fans of Jake Paul. And I like Jake Paul. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, he a Capricorn like me, so it's kind of, I like Jake Paul. But I know a lot of you guys are fans of Jake Paul, and I know a lot of you guys have tears in your eyes right now that fight was canceled. I know that a lot of you guys, you know, you're hurt. You're hurt that the fight got canceled, and I do understand. I feel your pain. I know you're hurt. I know you're hurt. As a matter of fact, let's do this though. Let's do this. Let's go to. I know you're hurt. Let's do this. Hold on, guys. Let me. All right, we're here. I know you're hurt. Hold on. I know you're hurt. I know you're hurt. I'm here to console you today. Today is I want to console you guys. Now let's hear what Jake the Snake got to say.
I've seen the news. Hasim Rahman Jr. has pulled out of the fight. This is not a joke. I am devastated. I cannot fucking believe this. We just found out this news. And this is just another case of a professional boxer, just like Tommy Fury, being scared to fight me. It's as clear as day that these guys have been so unprofessional to work with, looking for any excuse to suck more money out of this event, to Alrighty, folks, emergency press conference. You may have seen the news. Hasim Rahman Jr. has pulled out of the fight. This is not a joke. I am devastated. I cannot fucking believe this. We just found out this news. And this is just another case of a professional boxer, just like Tommy Fury, being scared to fight me. It's as clear as day that these guys have been so unprofessional to work with, looking for any excuse to suck more money out of this event, to coerce us into doing things. And from the jump, I knew in the bottom of my heart that this guy didn't want to get into the ring with me. It's as clear as day. Here's what.
So now he's cleaning this shit up. He's cleaning it up. Now I told y'all, this boxing shit is a stage. It's WWE. I'm telling you what it is. And guess what? Everybody's involved in the game. Let's continue.
Happened, long story short. So he signed a contract to fight me at 200 pounds and was going to cut the weight down to 200 pounds. This is not a big cut for him, right? He's a big guy with a ton of weight to lose. So he sent a video into the commission the first time he weighed in at 216 pounds. The commission wanted to track his weight cut to make sure he was doing it in a healthy way. 3 weeks later, the commission asked him for an update on his weight. He sends a video weighing 215 pounds, meaning in 3 weeks, he only lost 1 pound. So the commission was like, hey, man, you're not cutting the weight properly. We don't want you to lose it all in the last day. We're going to have to change this fight to 205 pounds. My team calls me up. They're like, hey, man, do you want to change? They want to change the weight to 205 pounds. That's a big difference. You normally fight at 190 pounds. Do you want to do the fight still? I said, no problem. Let's do it. 205 pounds. He's going to have.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. This dude, Jake Paul, is a genius. Say what you want to say about him. You ain't got to like him, but he's a genius. He's making more money than your favorite fighter. Well, outside of Canelo and Anthony Joshua, of course, but he's making more money than your favorite fighter. In the welterweight division, in the junior middleweight division, in the middleweight division, you know, and Showtime, I know a lot of you guys love Showtime. They're in bed with him. This is their guy. This is their cash cow. One of them. Right? Let's continue.
Already has a weight advantage, height advantage, reach advantage, all of these things, but whatever. I know I can still beat his ass at 205 pounds. And that was that. We move forward. And then today, out of nowhere, his team calls and says, Hasim's not going lower than 215 pounds. If the fight's not at 215 pounds, then we're pulling out. My manager goes, fuck you guys. You're not in control of this.
All right, so we know they pulled out of the fight. So we know that's done. Let's stop right there. So I say, you know what, man, this is some cap, this some bullshit. You know, it is what it is. Let's continue. What else you got over here? What else you got over here? What else you said over here?
Or worse, say, okay, the fight's not 215, we're out. The biggest payday of his life times 10, and he's fumbling it. For what? Because he knows he's going to get knocked out by me. The pressure starts to set in, and it's exactly what happens with all of these guys. Same shit with Tommy Fury. I'm sick of it. I'm devastated. I apologize to everyone on the undercard. Amanda Serrano, I know you were working hard. Ashton Silva, I know you were working hard. This is absurd. There's nothing I can do about it. I apologize to the fans, and
all right, it is what it is. So we heard that. So we heard that, right? So that was the flam. Now, Coach, what does this got to do with anything? It has a lot to do with everything. I'm gonna tell you why. All of this stuff is connected together. Forget the sideshow. All of this stuff is connected together. This goes on. This is boxing. This what goes on in boxing. It's connected together. And now, if you live in Wakanda land, you can't see the forest from the trees. All you can see is Wakanda. Right? But let's continue. Let's move on down the Yellow Brick Road. We got one more. We got one more here. Shout out to Hakeem Rahman Jr.
Let me go ahead and kill all this internet cat Jake Paul got going on for y'all. Look, I'm a Bridgerweight. I campaign at Bridgerweight, or otherwise known as heavyweight outside of WBC. Now, look, I signed a contract to make 200 pounds within the 3 or 3.5 weeks that I had to do it, but I couldn't do it. My body simply would not let me do it, would not let me get down to 200 pounds. But where in boxing do y'all see them canceling fights a whole week in advance? I didn't even get my last week to get down as low as I could. I told this man, it's penalties involved. Keep the purse. Keep the purse. I fight you for the $5,000 minimum. That's how much it means to me, and that's how much faith I have in knocking him out. I would have beat this man with one hand, just like I did in the gym. But let him tell it. He already beat my ass in the gym when I was 230. So
all right, so make a long story short, Hakeem Rahman, he put out his statement, what he had to say. Jake Paul put out his statement, what he had to say. You're going to hear some very similar statements when it comes to this other fight in the welterweight division. This fantasy match is not going to happen. I'm playing this for a reason, because you're going to hear some of the same shit. Going to hear some of the same shit. How do I know? You're hearing it now. You're hearing it now. I'm saying on the Chitlin circuit. The Chitlin circuit is pushing the narrative. The Wakandas are pushing. They're pushing. So we see what the Wakandas are saying. If you don't know who the Wakandas are, man, just read it in between the lines. I don't know what to tell you. You've been over here for a while. You know who Wakanda is. Fact of the matter is this here. Why did I read about the matchmaker? The matchmaker knew, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Shit, this boy Rockman, and his dad was a fighter, and he's a real boxer. Stylistically, dog, his style is too much for you. He gonna kill you, and we can't have him crush our great white hope. Anyways, yeah, we can't have him do that. So what we gonna do? See, they knew off the ripper this fight was never going to happen. This is nothing that just happened at the last minute. They knew this fight was never going to happen. I told you, it's WWE, it's Vince McMahon, it's The Rock, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin, it's The Big Show, it's Triple H. This is what you got going on right now in boxing. That's why I be laughing when dudes be arguing over some fake shit. They don't even realize it. He said, Rockman fucked up, period. Hey, man, I don't know. He said Porter was correct on this fight being canceled. Yeah. But stylistically, this fight was never going to happen anyways. It is what it is as it relates to that. But this fight, my thing, it was never going to happen. He said Hakeem Rahman Jr. accepted the terms to be at 200 pounds. And couldn't make the weight, so he's to blame. Yeah, absolutely. I hear what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. Once you accept the terms of something, you got to abide by the terms. I do understand that. But what I'm saying is here is two. That's one, but there's two. Two, the fight was doing terrible. There wasn't nobody buying that shit. Sales was terrible. Don't nobody know who Hakeem Rahman Jr. is. They know who Tommy Fury is, but they don't know who Hakeem Rahman Jr. is. So you're right about that. Hakeem Rahman fight canceled. That's the reason. But that's not the sole reason why this fight was canceled. This fight was canceled because the ticket sales of this fight were not doing good. Now, Stephen Espinosa won't say that, and he won't show proof of that, and I understand that very, very well. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. How do I know this fight was going to get canceled 3 weeks ago? And the reason why the fight I was told this 3 weeks ago. They said, man, listen, coach, man, these look at these numbers over here. No one is buying this shit. It's not selling. You need the right dance partner, right? Hakeem Rahman Jr., I mean, no shade to him, but he's nobody. from a popularity standpoint. Jake Paul is a YouTuber. He's a popularity fighter, right? So when you popular over here, you got to have somebody who's popular over there. And both of y'all popular asses get together and boom, you create an event. This is what I say, man. Leonard Ellaby, he talks about what? Events. We throw events. Our fighter is an attraction. It's Barnum and Bailey's. It's the circus. You got the ringmaster. You got the clowns. You have the people who doing the the aerobics. That's what it is. It's a show. It's an event. We're just gonna come to this show. All these moving parts coming together, but it has to make sense. If you listen very well, they are telling you what it is. And that's why I say one thing I will respect about Florida and Leonard. They told us what time it was from the beginning. But this is going on in boxing. This is why you don't see those certain fights that you want to see. Matchmaker, no, man, this shit don't look good. We got to do a 52 fake out over here. And and yada yada yada. And this is what it is. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. Shout out to Drew.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said tickets were not selling and Jake did not want to pay Serrano purse. Plus, them pay-per-view projections were atrocious. Yeah, I don't know about the Serrano part, but everything was terrible. Everything was terrible. Everything was terrible. PG, what you say, fam? He said the politics of boxing again. You shout out the Drew.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
So from a matchmaking standpoint, this dude is too goddamn big and he's a boxer for real. He can really, really hurt you. And you don't spar with him before, yada, 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 blah, this quasi. That's one. Two, man, he's not a draw. Don't nobody know who the hell he is. The ticket sales reflect that. Our pay-per-view projections reflect that. We can't take no L like that there, baby boy. We can't take no L like that. So what we going to do, we're going to go ahead and, we're going to pull a Machiavelli on this one, right? We're going to pull a Machiavelli on this one here, baby boy. And, and guess what? Everybody's on the same page. Rockman, Jake Paul, Espinosa, everybody's on the same page. Don't let them fool you. Oh, no, don't let them fool you. Everybody on the same page now. Everybody on the same team. He said, who the fuck is Tommy Fury? Yeah, Tommy Fury ain't nobody. You're right about that in boxing, but he's somebody in the pop world. He's somebody on social media. He's a reality TV star, and just like Jake Paul. So what they was planning on doing, we're going to bring the casuals. Remember Leonard Ellaby said this knockdown 305? He say, you only have 200,000 boxing fans who pay for pay-per-view. Now, you're going to have to try to be very creative when it comes to attracting the other people. This is the creative part, what we're seeing. This is the creative part. Darren Alexander, what's up, fam? He said Rockman should have honored this contract. Paul did not have to pull out first fight to begin with. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you that Rockman should have honored this contract. What I'm telling you is because the numbers, the fight was not selling, that fight wasn't going to happen anyways. You get what I'm saying? That fight wasn't going to happen anyways because the fight wasn't selling. So I think this weight shit was just some shit they had to come out with to save face. They're not going to come out and say, yeah, man, the reason why we canceled the fight because, man, the pay-per-view projections were looking bad and wasn't nobody really buying the tickets. We were doing terrible at the gate. They're not going to come out and say that. So Rockman weight is the issue. Rockman, you got to be online with this, baby boy. We got to cover our ass on this here. Yeah, don't worry about it, baby boy. I got you. So Jake Paul, you come out there and do damage control. Rockman, you come back and pick it back on Jake Paul. Admit that you couldn't make the weight, and then that'll do it. That'll give us cover for why we really canceled the fight. So they really canceled the fight, not because of Rockman, but because that shit wasn't selling. True. That's all it was, fam. That's all it was. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all it was. But anyways, that's what's going on. So when you don't see those big fights being made, and that seems so difficult to be made. Wait a minute, you made 20 fights over here. It was real easy to make no 20 fights. Why is this so difficult? Well, it just they go to They go to squirming and Putin and you know, it's just, man, oh man, listen, I tell you, I keep telling you guys this shit, WWE, dog. It is what it is. Everybody playing the game. Everybody playing the game. That's what it is. Everybody playing the game, fam. Everybody playing the game. It's all deflection. The ears hear, the eyes see, but nothing what it appears to be. That's all it is, fam. That's all it is. I'm telling you right now, that's all it is. Shout out to all that. What you say, all that? You say some dumb mofo would think if Jake can KO Tommy, he can beat Huggy. Yeah, he can beat your Huggy or even Tyson. Yeah, man. That's all it is. Daryl, what you say, fam? Daryl said it makes sense. Yeah, so that's all it is, Daryl. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. Everybody, man, everybody is a part of the game. The fans don't know. See, the fans, I think the fans kind of picked up on everything. Look here, baby boy, man. I don't like the way this here. I don't like hold on. We're not finished. I'm not finished though. Hold on. Again, you know, it don't matter if you like them or not. It's irrelevant whether you don't like them or not. You know what I mean? I don't get caught up into how a person feels personally about somebody or whatever the case may be. It is what it is. Let's go over here though. Let's hear Mr. Dana White. What you got to say?
That their fight fell out. I mean, both those guys, I'm sure, put in a lot of hard work and a lot of training to get ready for this fight, spent money to get ready for this fight. But I will say this. Just because you're an accountant here doesn't mean you know what the fuck goes on here. And doesn't mean that you can run a fight promotion company. You know, I think that Jake Paul probably needs to get some different people around him. If he's going to stay in the sport, he needs to be with guys that actually really know how to put on fights.
What did you make of the whole his opponent was too big and
I think they sold under $1 million in tickets and it cost $500,000 to turn the fucking lights on at MSG. That's what I think. Oh, not to mention the fact that hotel rooms in New York and transportation and everything else is very expensive. Yeah.
You would know better.
I'm not going to sit up here and be happy.
Cancel out an event this like close to fight night.
It depends.
If they put a deposit on the garden.
There you go.
Everything else is very expensive. Yeah.
You would know better than me. Do they get that money back if they put a deposit on the garden, or do they have to rearrange the date, or how does it work if you cancel out an event this like close to fight night?
It depends on their deal with MSG. I don't know. That's up to them and MSG. I don't know what their deal. I know what my deal is. I don't know what their deal is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So basically, what Dana White is saying is, let's see this again.
Deposit on the garden, or do they have to
what Dana White is saying is
the date, or how does it work if you can?
Look here, man. That shit wasn't doing too well. It cost $500,000 to keep the lights on at Madison Square Garden, and they only did $1 million. And they only did $1 million in ticket sales. The shit wasn't selling. The Rockman couldn't make weight, and he didn't honor this contract. That's all a smoke screen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's all it is. Shout out to Bruce Gas in the building. Shout out to Bruce Gas. That's all it is. It was a smoke screen. Shit wasn't doing good. Shake it like booty meat. And I know a lot of y'all crying right now. He said, I forgot Jake Paul manager was an accountant for the UFC for a bit. Just wasn't doing good. Jay, what you say? You say, man, $500K for a night of lightning. Night of lightning is insane. If that's true. Yeah, man. Jeff Lucietta, what you say? I'll let you say Jeff Lucietta. I think they are brothers from different mothers. You get what I'm saying? That's what it is. I was told this 3 weeks ago. I ain't say nothing. Shout out to Drew.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Drew, what you say, fam? You say did not even sell enough to rent Madison Square Garden and staff to work the event. Yeah. The jig is up. You right about that.
From the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
You right about that. You right about that. You can't even pay the staff. It wasn't selling. So now Jake Paul is a social media guy. Guess what? That social media following is not transferring into ticket sales for him to fight Rockman. Because this is the thing. When you're fighting, when you're a novelty act and you're fighting, you come from that social media world, they like excitement. They like the hype and all of that stuff there. You gotta have the twistity, like the twistity in the air. You see what I'm saying? Not air, the air. You gotta have the twistity in the air. They gotta be excited and they got to be online. Well, wasn't nobody excited about no Rockman. True. I'm just being honest with you, dog. Wasn't nobody excited about him. I'm saying the people who was gonna buy that shit. I wasn't gonna buy it, but I'm just saying the people who were gonna buy that shit, they're not excited about that. Who? You know Rockman. I've seen Rockman Jr. His daddy was a heavyweight champion of the world. He beat Lennox Lewis. Who? You see what I'm saying? We know who they is, but who? Like the guys who support Jake Paul, they don't know who those dudes is. Rockman Jr., who was he? They automatically, they're gonna go on social media. Damn, he ain't got enough Twitter followers. See, this is what happens. Well, he ain't got enough Twitter followers. Now, don't nobody know who he is. Do he got a blue check next to his name on Twitter? He ain't got a blue check. Okay, how many Instagram followers he got? Oh, he ain't got that many Instagram. Well, he got quite a few now because him being tied to Jake Paul. But I'm just saying, oh, okay, wait a minute. But damn, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Now, again, guys, no one is going to come out and say that those ticket sales wasn't doing well. No one's going to come out and say that. But it is what it is. They may say, oh, man, that dude don't know what he's talking about. Okay, fine. No problem with that. Fact of the matter is, I knew 3 weeks ago what was going to happen before it happened. I know that. That I do know. Shout out to Steve Kim. True. Yeah, man, these dudes, these people don't know. Shout out to Anna Lee. She said, who the fuck is that guy? That's what they saying. He said Dana hating. Nah, he said Dana hating on boxing. Nah, he's not hating on boxing. I mean, that has nothing to do with the fight wasn't selling. They sold 1 million tickets, if that, and they pulled out of the fight. They canceled the fight. I mean, that doesn't change. It doesn't, whatever Dana White says has nothing to do with the reality of the situation. Whether you like Dana White or not is irrelevant to me. The reality of the situation is 3 weeks ago, I knew this fight was going to get canceled because of poor ticket sales. 3 weeks later, the fight gets canceled because, I seen Rockman didn't honor the contract. He didn't make the weight. I knew what the end result was going to be. Shout out to Simon. He said, no lie, coach. To run lights, sewer, and water in the stadium and big venues is 7 figures. Yeah, absolutely. I know that. True. Shout out to The Rock. What you say? He said UFC has better matchmaking than boxing. Also, they have fewer weight classes with 1 belt in each division. Yeah, you know what? If boxing is going to want to survive or say we trying to see Mauricio Suleiman, I got something for you. And with Showtime, we don't know how long they're gonna be in the business of boxing. I don't know. We're trying to grow the sport by making another French fries belt, and we got a belt for the hood. When we got a Chitlin Circuit belt, and we have a YouTube belt. We have a social media WBC belt. And we're gonna help grow the sport, give everybody a chance. If you want to grow the sport, give everybody a chance. Guess what? This is how you do it. Get rid of all them goddamn Fugazi belts. Stop making everybody a champion. Dude stepped off the porch yesterday. He's a champion today. Now, I get it. You're not going to do that because the more belts you create, the more money you make off of sanctioning fees. That's fine. I get it. I understand that. But if you're really, really serious about that, get rid of all of them damn belts. Have them matchmakers and promoters talk to the fighters and say, look here, baby boy, check this out. We know they're not going to do that, but just a fantasy. Check this, baby boy, check this out. We got to give the people what they want. Because not giving the people what they want is not working. Not giving the people what they want is not working. There's only a couple of fighters. Now, as my brother Ring IQ would say, Julius, everything will work out as long as you have low operational costs. If you got low operational costs, if you're paying this fighter a frozen cup and you're giving this fighter a case of Coronas, okay, you good to go. But the real fighters who want to get paid decent money, you get what I'm saying? You got to explain to those real fighters, look here, baby boy, if you want to get paid decent money, you're going to have decent fights. And the matchmaker got to be like, look here, man. The promoter got to be on board. Yeah, we got to make decent fights now, dog. The fans ain't going for it, and the casuals ain't going for it because the casuals ain't buying. What y'all fail to realize is this: the casuals don't move the needle in boxing. The boxing fans move the needle. Because when the casuals don't know something, the casuals get in contact with people who they know. The casuals get in contact with the boxing fans. The boxing fans who study the sport are the ones who educate the casuals. Let them know what he should be excited about. Let them see what's going on. Y'all trying to wave your magic wand from your executive offices, and the shit ain't working. Yeah, you get a good fight here with one fighter, get a good fight there with another fighter, but you ain't putting them big fights on because you can't. You can't afford to put the big fights on. And then you want to blame the fans. Yeah, man, you know, they're going to stream the fights. No, puto, no. You've been bullshitting us. So it's the musicians. I'm sorry about the magicians up top, pulling all the strings, controlling your favorite YouTube channels, sending out subliminals, sending out the messages, and that's all it is. And the eyes look to the left, and they over here robbing the bank at the right. Oh, look, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, talk to them, tell them sign the contract, tell us. So they got them looking over here while they over there laughing. True. Shout out to Halim. He said casual fans go on cartoon channels for their information. And as a matter of fact, what you say, just a fan, Mauricio was ready to make Jake Paul a YouTube belt. No, he has a belt. No, Jake Paul has a belt. And you know the funny part about it? What the report came out saying that they were going to make Jake Paul put him in the rankings. If he can beat Hasim Rahman, they was going to put him in the rankings. How you going to put him in the rankings when Hasim Rahman Jr. wasn't in the rankings? That I know of. And if he was ranked, where he was ranked at? If he was ranked, where he was ranked at? But that's neither here nor there. This is what's going on, guys. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. My job is to tell you the truth, tell it how it is. Now, my job is not to convince you. My job is not to change your mind. Whatever you want to believe, continue to believe it. But this is what's going on. My job is to destroy Wakanda. That's my job. My job is to destroy Wakanda. Destroy the Wakanda concept. Destroy the Wakanda idea. I think the Wakanda concept and idea has been bad for the sport of boxing. And me being the type of guy that's going to hold the line for the sport, I want to blow up the Wakanda narrative. That's my job. I want to blow it up. I can't see ya. Shout out to the chief. What'd you say, fam? What'd you say, fam? You say Lennox Lewis was getting battered before that stoppage. That's why. Oh, y'all talking about somebody else. Man, and G said he did nothing to you. That's wrong, I say. That's wrong. He did nothing to you. Hey, man.
That's wrong, I say. That's wrong. He did nothing to you.
Hey, man. So I guess what? They came with their Rocket Marciano. I guess Rocket Marciano couldn't say today. They came with their Rocket Marciano. He couldn't say today. So this is why, shout out to Jules of Ring IQ. He broke this down so eloquently. I couldn't have done it better myself, to be honest with you. This is why you have companies that pay fighters $1 million guaranteed, $1.5 million guaranteed. Because we got to keep the operational costs low. Right? So we're gonna give you a low guarantee, but we know if you do these numbers here, you'll be able to get some more on that back end. Remember that back end they be talking about? So you're gonna get some more on the back end. That right there. So technically your fighter is $1.5 million fighter. Because the back end ain't guaranteed. If the back end numbers don't do well, the fighter don't see those back end numbers.
You're begging me not to leave you.
For real though. True. If those numbers don't do well, guess what? No back end. You say dead. What you say? You say dead ass thought those was all exhibitions. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button and share this video, man. We need 200 likes. We got over 300 people listening. We need 200 likes. I want to open up the phone lines. 200 to open up the phone lines. We need 19 more likes to open up the phone lines. That's what it is, fam. That's what it is. That's what it is. And that's why somebody like a Canelo, says, he said, Coach, insight on the Wakanda movement. I have no idea. Maybe a bit of synopsis. Yeah, I'll put you up on it. Shout out to my main man, True Grit 402. True Grit, what's going on, fam? That's what's going on. What's going on? So that's my thing. My thing is I blow up Wakanda. I blow up the fake fictitious thought of, yeah, man, this what's going on over here. And this is what I tell these people, man. I don't pledge allegiance to promoters. I don't pledge allegiance to advisory companies, promotional companies, management companies. Shout out to my sister Bless 365 that's in the building. I pledge allegiance to the sport of boxing. And when you pledge allegiance to the sport of boxing, guess what? You will never go wrong. You'll never go wrong. When you pledge allegiance to boxing, when you don't dick ride for interviews, you'll never go wrong. When you don't D-ride for special favors, I'm going to go to Vegas, I'm finna get a special favor, you'll never go wrong. You'll never go wrong. When you don't D-ride to be a part of cliques and crews, you'll never go wrong. Ride on the side of boxing. My job is to hold the line. So when they come over here, I can be steady. I'm going to be consistent. Yeah, that dude consistent right there. He been on point. And whether we agree with him or not, he's on point. He consistent. He's consistent. I'm going to be consistent. I'm holding the line with my 30-30, and I'm going to call the BS as I see it. If it's some flim-flam, I will let you know. We'll let you know. We'll let you know. We'll let you know if it's some flim-flam. Let's see. The Rock, what you say? You say surprised that there aren't more lawsuits, especially when the fighter will never really know how many pay-per-views were sold. They can tell him anything. Exactly. You hit the nail right on the head. True. Yeah, the fighter is at the mercy of, especially when you got somebody who you fully trust. Oh man, I trust him. He looking out for the best of my interest. Did you audit the books? Huh? I said, did you audit the financial records? No, I ain't audited the financial records. I don't need to audit the financial records. I'll audit the financial records, son. You might not have the amount of money that you think you have. I'll audit those books, son. Are you using the advisor's lawyer? You are? Are you using the advisor's accountants? Oh, you are. Oh, the advisor is investing your money and giving you an allowance on your money? Oh, that's interesting. How much money you got? Don't worry about that. Just know I'm straight. We eating over here. Okay, all right. Okay, brother. All right. Okay, my brother. All right. It is what it is. Some random, he say standing on your square. Yes, sir. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. Standing on my square. Charlie, he said, what are the sources saying, coach? Hey, man, the sources saying, as it relate to what, fam? As it relate to what, Callie? As it relate to what, Callie? Talking about the sources as it relate to what? You know what I mean? He said Vitaly definitely had a better chin than Vlad. Tough dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, y'all talking about the Klitschko's. Yeah, Vitaly was my favorite out of the two, to be honest with you. Vitaly was my favorite. You see what I'm saying? So, they gotta make it do what it do. I told you this shit, WWE. And I can listen, I'm so good. I don't got so good. I can just pretty much tell from an interview, okay, this the bullshit right here. I'm a body language expert. Oh, God, I got a master's degree. Oh, I'm reading the body. Did you see the way that pinky? You see the way his pinky on his left hand move like 2 centimeters to the left when they ask him that question? See. This is why this video is very important. This is one of the most important videos that I've ever seen that my brother, Booger Ray Leonard, has ever done in his life.
And who's the next big star under Mayweather Promotions? Ooh, we have quite a few young guns, as I say, you know, and I don't want to leave any names out, but we have a great roster of young talent, and we've been very selective about what we're doing, you know, and again, because when you have, you know, an abundance of fighters, it's hard to kind of focus on. When a big fight is to be made, it has to make sense for both sides. No promoter or company is going to put their guy in an event with everything to lose and nothing to gain, especially when we talk about this. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Now, how does that tie into what we started the show off with? We broke down what a matchmaker is. We broke down what a promoter is. Leonard Ellaby just said no promoter is going to put his fighter. You know, it has to make sense. He's not going to put his fighter. Basically, this is what he said. Man, I ain't finna be putting my fight in no dangerous situation. You know, and listen, I'm a promoter. I'm gonna make sure that if this fighter my cash cow and I ain't got but one bullet in the 38, I'm gonna make sure that this fighter, when he get in the ring, we automatically know what it's gonna be. I'm gonna make sure with that we automatically know what that's gonna be. You see what I'm saying? We ought to know what the outcome gonna be. That's what he's saying. And then he said the key word, an event. He said event. This event, we got to make sure that this event popping. We got to make sure of that. Yes, we do. Okay, all right. So when you hear them using language like that, they telling you what time it is. They telling you what, they're pissing on your leg and telling you it's raining outside. They're pissing on your leg and telling you it's raining outside. Shout out to my sister Bless 365. That's why I tell you guys, Thug and D, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Thug and D, man. Salute to my brother Thug and D. That's why I tell you guys, I don't need an interview from these guys. I may reach out to some. Some will give me an interview, some won't. That's no problem. And I don't take offense to it. I can watch the other dude interview you and just look at it and break it down. Oh, okay, this is what he's saying right here. This is what he's saying. This is how I interpreted what he's saying. You see what I'm saying? And break it down like a 57 Chevy. Because you watch everything. Watch how they, woo, when they go to, woo, all of a sudden they turn into Ric Flair, all of a sudden they go, woo, God damn, woo, Lord have mercy. And then you say, okay, well, you know what, why he was shaking that booty meat on that question? Let me go ahead and look at their roster and see what they have over there. Oh, they ain't got nobody. Oh, that's why he was shaking like that. Oh, that's why. Shout out to my sister Bless 365.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Hey, bless say, or they'll be making that. He said, or they'll be making that call again. Yeah, they'll be making that call.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
They'll be making that call again.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm telling you, man. So I'm gonna tell some of you guys. There's a lot of stuff y'all don't understand what be going on behind the closed doors, right? And I get it, I do understand. But guess what? Some of the stuff that listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's certain things I can show you. This is how it goes on behind closed doors.
Who you think it is? DJ Quick?
No,
huh?
No, I ain't saying
Kick and Free?
I didn't say
that. Oh, you must be Jimmy Walker. Blue, you ain't nothing. You don't deserve nothing. You don't get nothing. You get what I give you. I got a contract between me and you that say you do what I tell you to do. Therefore, shut the fuck. Don't say nothing. Don't speak to me. Don't look at me.
I tell you something. Money, you know, I just said.
Blue, if I raise up, gonna be trouble. Trouble. I'm walking off.
Blue, if I raise up, it's gonna be trouble. Trouble. Now walk it off. I want my money, man. You got all my money in your bank account. Blue, if I raise up, it's gonna be trouble. Trouble. Now walk it off. You better take your ass over there some goddamn well, boy. Don't be coming to me asking me about your money.
I need to talk to you right now about my royalties and how you keep your books.
My office hours are from 9 to 5.
Fuck your office hours. I need to talk to you right now, motherfucker.
Some of your favorite fighters, that's how they be getting handled behind closed doors. You never know. You know, sources say. We'll just say sources say. According to reports, sources say. You know what I mean? That's what happens according to sources. That's another way of saying it. Sources say, according to sources, according to reports, reports say, you see how we just take those words and just switch them around? Instead of saying sources say, we say said sources. According to said sources, sources say. Says the source. According to reports, sources say reports. Reports that came from sources say all this word salad, nigga explaining, just oh goddamn. Hey, as soon as they say that, well, we already know what time it is. Oh, yeah, okay, whatever, man. 9 to 5. Hey, all I say, that's Players Club. Yeah, that's Players Club. That's Players Club. Misfit, what did it say? Sis? You say Jamie Foxx wanted to laugh. Yeah, he wanted to laugh on that. It ain't no telling how many takes they took to make that. It is what it is. Kelly about to say, Coach, name the names. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. I like to sit back and watch. Man. Matter of fact, phone lines open. I like to sit back and watch the greatest show on earth. Hey, Southpaw he say sources say means niggas played it. True. That's why certain fights are so easy to be made. And boy, listen, bro, I'm telling you, when it's a fight that stylistically, put it this way. I'm a fighter. I'm a bad man. According to my promotional company, according to my advisory company, according to social media platforms who cap for me, they say I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. But it's this one guy who people outside of our scope say, dog, this dude right here, he ain't nothing to play with. If I'm a promoter, I'm going to do everything in my power to keep my fighter away from the tough competition.
But this bum is taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
And I'm going to definitely keep him away from that one guy who we know stylistically it will be a nightmare. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that this doesn't happen. So I'm going to give you something ridiculous. 90-10. If you really want it, you'll sign it. One of them, your ass belong to me contracts. Whole head cheese sandwich. Pickle pig feet. Neck bones, collard greens, fat back. Sign that there. Sign it. You see what I'm saying? Niggas saying, wait, y'all told me y'all was, what happened to Wakanda Forever? Y'all told me y'all had all this money and y'all were balling and everybody was living in mansions and got dookie chains on and ice dripping and everybody litty. That's what y'all told me. What's up? Well, I'm here now. What's happening? Hey, goddamn, the nigga here. Where he at? He here. Goddamn. Oh, shit, what we got to say now? Get in contact with our operators. Okay, goddamn, okay. Call this nigga right here. Yeah, nigga, yeah. All right, yeah. Hey, nigga, check this out. On the YouTube channel, check this out, nigga. You know what to say. Call, I'm finna call the other ones. Okay, yeah. YouTube channel, you know what to say. Yeah, YouTube channel, you know what to say. Call all of them. Go ahead and put the smoke screen out there, because we automatically know what it ain't. We know what it ain't. True. Take it or leave it alone, man. Take it or leave it alone. Read in between the lines. He said, Coach, question. Can they put a no knockout clause and in details of a contract? Yeah, they can do that. They can put whatever they want in the contract. They can put, listen, hey, True Grit, this is what they can put in the contract. Look here, man. We got in the contract in the third round. You got to get knocked down in the third round. I got to get knocked down in the third round. I ain't finna be getting knocked down in no third round. In the third round, it's a must that you must go down in the third round. Go down for what? I got to get hit in order to go down. Like I said, in the third round, you got to go down. Well, am I going to get back up? Yeah, you're going to get back up. We just need a knockdown because we got to justify this robbery we're going to do against you. They can put whatever they want in the contract. Whatever they want. Whatever they want in the contract, they can put it in there. They call that A-side talk. I'm the A-side. You know what I mean? I'm the A-side. So 90-10. You gotta come in with some cowboy boots. The referee gonna be my cousin. The judge is gonna be my auntie, my uncle, and my baby mama. You're gonna get paid $100. You're gonna get paid $100, and you're gonna get the rest on the back end. That's that A-side talk. That's that A-side talk. What you say, Tay? You said justify the robbery we're about to commit. Yeah, this I'm telling you, bro. This is staged, dog. This all I'm trying to say is staged, dog. It ain't what you think it is. It ain't what you think it is, dog. It ain't what you think it is, dog. I'm trying to tell you. He said, imagine trying that crap. He said, imagine trying that crap. With the missed issues. Sources say you have to put on weight, baby. Bro, they can put anything in that contract. He said, is Jared Anderson the next dominant heavyweight in boxing in this era coming? I mean, I would hope so. I think he's talented enough. Whether he will be Alfonso, we don't know. We don't know. Whole lot of politics in boxing. I tell you what, if the politics is on his side, he will be the next dominant heavyweight. If the politics is on his side. Because we don't know what's gonna happen, man. We really don't know. But from a talent standpoint, he should be. He should be. Wada King, what you say, fam? You say they had two of the best boxers doing commentary. He say they know they don't fucked up. Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. This what really goes on. This what really goes on. You know what I mean? This what really goes on. Southpaw Killer, you say yup. He said yup. Facts, coach. You're at their mercy when it comes to the contracts. Yeah, so that's why you gotta read it. You gotta read it and gotta read it. It can be anything in that contract. Haleen said yes, they can, coach. All about betting what round he goes down. Yeah. Bro, it's everybody in on it, dog. The script. Hey, here go the script. Here go the script. This was gonna happen. Now, if you got somebody who ain't gonna go along with it. This nigga's playing hardball. Oh my gosh, this nigga's playing hardball. God damn, we're trying to get this nigga to sign a contract. He's not going for it. God damn it, Dave. He's not going to take the dive. What do you mean he's not going to take the dive? Why the nigga's not going to take the dive? He's not going to take it. He say, shout out to Boston Lights. Shout out to my brother Myron, Boston Lights United. He say, Coach is like a brother from another mother. I swear I hit myself in his head when he talking. Shout out to my man Myron. Shout out to Odie Low. What's up, man? He say, salute the coach in the chat. You on point once again. Man, this shit, man. Hey, you ought to know what time it is, dog. Listen, they know before the fight is made. Stylistically, this dude right here style is all wrong for our guy. We told him, he on the wrong side of the street. We told him that his promoters blocking the fight. We told him 60-40, 80-20, 70-30, 90-10. We told him he with the wrong network. And when he leave, as soon as he leave, we can make that fight tomorrow. As soon as he leave. 8-9 months later, nothing. Listen. 8-9 months later, guess what we hear? 8-9 months later, guess what we hearing? We hearing doggone crickets. And Wakanda got to run out and jump ahead of this. Wakanda got to run out and push the narrative. Wait a minute. You can't see, I tell you, you can't beat these guys. Like I told Odie Lowe, you can't beat these guys, Odie. You know why you can't beat them? Because they argue both sides of the coin. They ride with heads when it suits them. And then when heads don't work, they argue tails. They argue both sides of the coin. All because they don't like a nigga. That's what they do. It be crickets. You know what I mean? It be crickets, dog. It just be crickets, dog. I come through, bust the narratives up. Yeah, no, nigga, that nigga lying. Nah, I come through, bust the narratives up. It just be crickets, dog. It just be crickets. This shit already scripted out. Now, they already know. Look here, we got a list. Okay, hold on, baby boy. Check this out. This how we go. This how it go. Hold on. Let's get it together. Let's get it together. This how it go. This how it go. This how it go. I'm gonna tell you right now. All right, this how it go. Hey, look here, baby boy. Check this out. Coach Malachi Williams Promotions. Coach Malachi Williams Promotions is here. I got a fighter by the name of Odilo, and I got a fighter by the name of Boxing Logic United. I got a fighter by the name of Arlette. They bad, right? But guess what though? So I got this one fighter. I got this one fighter named we gonna go with Killy Boxing. Now I got Killy Boxing now. Killy, check this out. I got a list of fighters for you. Odilo, Boxing Logic United. Look, I got a list of fighters for you, baby boy. Check this out. Listen, man, listen. Your next fight, I got a list. I got a list for you. I got Shawty Big Nuts. You can fight him, Shawty Big Nuts. Okay, that's stylistically. He matches up well with your style. You know what I mean? He got short arms. You know what I mean? He flat-footed. He matches up well with your style. Okay, we got Poke Chop Willie over here, Odilo. What about Poke Chop Willie? Your Poke Chop right down your alley. Poke Chop ain't got no punching power. He had 20 fights and 2 knockouts. You ain't got to worry about it. You getting him out of there. That worked perfectly. Okay, we got Hobo Sam right here too. Now Hobo Sam, Halim, we got Hobo Sam for you. Hobo gonna be pretty good. Hobism, we got Hobism right there. Okay, let's see. Who else? Arlette, we got Stanker Linker for you. Stanker Linker, they call him, they call him Stanker Linker because he smells some stinking heaty shit. So we got Stanker Linker right here. Okay, woo, I got something perfect right here. This gonna be a box office hit. We got Chico Stick right here. Now Chico Stick, he from Mexico. Now you know we do good numbers with the Mexicans, right? So we gonna take Chico Stick from Mexico. But Chico Stick, he flat-footed. You know what I mean? He flat-footed now. So all you gotta do is just box and move. We got the referee already on the payroll because you're my star fighter. I'm gonna make sure you're taken care of. So we're gonna do something that's very advantageous to you. For you. You get what I'm saying? Now, hold on. Now we got this other dude right here. No, man, I want to fight Nigga Charlie. Nigga Charlie. Whoa, but you do not want to fight Nigga Charlie. Why I don't want to fight Nigga Charlie? Dude, listen, man, we've been giving you these setup fights all this time. But Nigga Charlie ain't gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Nigga Charlie can fight. Nigga Charlie's not one of them flat-footed dudes that's just gonna sit there and let you punch on him. Nigga Charlie can throw punches in angles. Nigga Charlie has excellent footwork. Nigga Charlie can knock you out with the left hand or the right hand. Nigga Charlie ain't nothing to play with. No, I want to fight Nigga Charlie. No, bro, I'm telling you, but okay. This Nigga Charlie call is at a high-pitched fever right now online. Everybody talking about Nigga Charlie. Okay, goddamn, Nigga Charlie, boy. Shit, boy, we know. Matchmaker, what you got to say? Nah, it's all wrong. Nigga Charlie's all wrong for this fight right here, man. Listen, whatever you do not make this fight. Well, what we gonna do, we gonna act like we wanna make it. But what we gonna do the 52 fake out. We really don't have no intentions of this happening, but we just gonna act like it, okay? Everybody gonna be in on the story. Now except this dude, because this dude right here, he left his situation. He left his whole entire situation to come over here and just only to realize that goddamn we ain't gonna never let him get this fight in the first place. True. And you notice I didn't say no names. Didn't say no names. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? This is Ace from D-Town, D-Dot.
Yes,
Dallas,
sir.
Texas.
Adrian, talk to me, my brother.
Coach, here we go with fight hype again, Coach. I know it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it kind of does in some perspective.
Mm-hmm.
They had an interview with Stephen A. Espinosa regarding with Charlo versus Andrade. So they were telling him that Charlo put out there on Instagram or whatever that he had 4 fighters that he put out there and see who wanted, which one would be the guy that would be lucky to fight him.
Yeah.
So they pointed out with Stephen A. Hey, Fight High would ask him a legitimate question. Hey, what do you think about Andrade? And he said, no, he had 2 chances already. And he's, he already missed the boat. And he was trying to say that people aren't asking for that fight. They don't want that fight. Yeah. Well, what disturbed me was in the background of that picture was Danny Garcia versus Benavidez Jr. Nobody asked for that fight. Nobody wanted that fight. So you telling me that Andrade, an undefeated middleweight champion of the world, and Charlo, an undefeated champion of the world. You telling me that people are not going to be savaging? I mean, don't want that fight? That's what's wrong with boxing right now.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And then they told him, Steven, he's independent now. He's not with the zone anymore. What do you think? Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see where we go from there. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't want to pay them. They don't want, like, exactly what you're saying, Coach. They only want to pay them. They want to pay all their fighters that they have, majority, because now we got the cusp already going. Like, everybody that was in their prime now is starting to hit their tally with, you know, they're not going to, I don't even know how much Danny Garcia made for this fight. I don't think he sold out Barclays Center.
Yeah.
But I'm saying is, why is it that you're telling me or the reporter of Fight Hype that nobody wants Charlo Andrade, but in the background you have Danny Garcia Benavidez Jr.? What do you think about this, Coach? I want an answer.
Hey, Adrian, not only that.
Go ahead, Coach.
Not only that, he said nobody wants Charlo versus Benavidez, but no one asked for that fight. Oh, but they asked for Charlo versus Sulecki?
Exactly. That's what I don't understand.
Listen, nobody want to see Jamal Charlo fight the other champion, unify the division in the middleweight division. You know what I mean? Nobody want to see that, but they want to see him fight Macy Sulecki. Oh, did the fans call for him to fight Juan Montiel? Oh, did the fans call for him to fight Highland? Oh, did the fans call for him to fight Big Bad Brandon Adams? Oh, did the fans call for him to fight the other tomato can he been fighting? So all these fights we've been seeing from Jamal Charlo, the fans been clamoring for those fights. But then when it come to Jamal Charlo fight Demetrius Andrade, oh man, the fans don't want to see that fight. Come on, man. You know what time it is, dog.
One more, Coach, and that's it. I promise I'll let you go. I know I don't want to take your time. One more that got me pissed off was with the coach of Tank. Interviewed him also. And they told him, you know, you got all these guys. Tank Davis is a coach, Ford.
Oh, you're talking about Calvin Ford. Calvin Ford. Yeah, Calvin Ford.
Yeah. They asked him, Coach, on Fight Hype. They say, you know, what do you think about Ryan Garcia? All this? And he's like, hey, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, Tank really doesn't want to say nothing. You know, he's going to leave it to what it is. So then they asked him, well, what about everybody else? You know, what's going on with that? You know, I thought he was going to be independent. He could choose whoever he wants. And then he's like, Tank Davis, once they bring us the contract, whoever it is, they bring us the contract, that's who we fight. But I thought it was the opposite. Tank Davis is going to take lead of his career. I thought he's the one that's going to make the move. You know what I mean? Exactly what we're talking about. That promoters are there to bleed out the boxer's money. They're not there to help you out. Why do you think Oscar De La Hoya got away from Bob Arum? He was a real legitimate. That's why I think Oscar De La Hoya back then, he was real smart. He saw what was going on with all these boxers. They were not making money anymore. The promoters make the chunks of money. So he said to himself, I'm going to open up my own promotional company. And look what happened to him. He prospered out of that. And Floyd Mayweather looked at that. I'm telling you, he did, because I know I could see it. And he made his own promotional company. And now, even though it's not what it is, but he was, at least can say that he's promoted himself. So Tank Davis is supposedly is promoting himself, but then he can't decide who he wants to fight. You know, and then they asked him, what about Lomachenko? And he said, well, you know, that day will come. It will come, but you know, we gotta be steady. We gotta be steady. What kind of coach are you?
No. See what you just explained to me?
Well, never mind. I can't say nothing about Ronnie Shields no more because he got Charlo bamboozled over. I don't know what's going on over there. But I'm sorry, Coach. I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead, Coach.
No. What you just explained to me, that was nigga explaining. See, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying that's what Calvin Ford was doing. Nigga explaining. So that's what nigga explaining is. Nigga explaining is when you saying a whole lot of bullshit that don't make no goddamn sense. When you go to nigga explaining and talking in circles and man, see now what we got to do now. See when they go to doing this, when you ask them a direct question. See, when you ask them a direct question, hey man, listen, when you gonna fight this guy? You told me this guy was Godzilla. When you gonna fight this guy? Oh, now I see what it is. See, check this out. Now that's gonna happen in time. But until that happens, we got this hog head cheese sandwich that we gonna fight next. And now this dude a real threat. He a killer. Now this other dude got to build his profile up. You know what I mean? Because don't nobody know who he is. But this guy over here, he good to go. He Gucci. Well, how come this guy ain't got to build his profile up? How come when it come to fighting hog head cheese, you don't come with all these stipulations in order to justify fighting hog head cheese? But then when it come to fighting nigga Charlie, it's like, oh god damn, we can't fight nigga Charlie, boy. That nigga, that's gonna be a tough one now. So this is what they do. This is what they do, and this is what I point out.
What they do,
and so when I point out the double standards, Adrian, this is what it is. And then now, now it don't blow up the Wakanda narrative. Now Wakanda got to go.
There you go.
Wakanda got to come. Wakanda got to come and do what they got to do damage control. Oh shit, that nigga over there knew me today. He blowing up the spot again. Let's go over there and do damage control. Let's hurry up and let's shoot a video on this. Let's do damage control. That nigga he making too. He blowing the spot up. And that's what it is.
Coach, one thing, and I'm done. Dante Boxing talks a lot of shit about, he's one of the Wakandans, Coach. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's one of them, Boxing Eagle and Blue Blood. I respect them, but at the end of the day, they have a bad narrative. You gotta have both, though. Like you said, Coach, you gotta have both sides. You can't just have one. But Dante Boxing can talk all this rip about boxers, but then his ass represents USA, but his ass over there in Thailand. Get your Thailand ass out of my face, fool.
It is what it is. Hey, shout out to Adrian, man. Salute to you, fam. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
man. Shout out to Earl Stevens. Hey, okay. We're dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Earl, what you say, fam? Shout out to Earl. What you say, fam? He said UFC showing us the O means nothing when the best fight the best. They headline cards with dudes with 5+ losses. It's all what you say. It's all Floyd's fault. Boxing you say boxing needs to take note. Okay.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
I mean, it just is what it is. Like, you got to listen. I represent the other side of the coin, the other side of the equation, right? For so long, it's been heads. There's no one that's really been arguing the tail side. There are people that's been arguing the tail sides, but it seems like they're outnumbered by everyone who's pushing the narratives. So I labeled the narrative pushers and those people who believe in that, I labeled them Wakanda because it's a fiction that's not reality. It's stuff that they choose to believe in order to support the narrative, in order to support their narrative, because they have such a love affair for their favorite boxer. See, and as I said before, when you choose the side of boxing, you'll never go wrong. But when you got a dude that's reverse cowgirling, promoters, promotional companies, networks, fighters, this is the problem. So I come along, I see, man, what the hell going on? I see what's going on. I come along over here. Oh, man, I got all this D-riding and fanaging and promoting and all these commandments being broken. I step on the scene.
Oh, yeah. That's my bike, huh?
I come on the scene and take the bike. That's what we do.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
I come on the scene and take the bike. No, man, y'all been, this Wakanda ain't real, man. Wakanda ain't real. But I don't know about what's going on with Calvin. I haven't heard his interview or whatever the case may be, but I don't know. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Jose from the 559, Coach. I just wanted to holler at you real quick.
What's your name?
Did you hear Jose?
Oh, Jose, talk to me, fam. Where you from?
Hey, did you hear what Dana White had to say about why the fight wasn't made?
Yeah, I saw. I read. I played it on the show.
Oh shit! Oh, I was about to play that shit right now. My bad. I'm just tuning in right now, Coach. Yeah.
Yeah, I played.
You know. Yeah. Salute to you, Coach. You have a nice day.
Yeah, man. Shout out to man. Shout out to Jose. Shout out to Jose, man. Salute to you, fam. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We come through the block. Shout out to Boston Logic United, man. Salute to my brother, man. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to my brother Myron. He said one of the top 5 best best boxing channels on all of YouTube. Keep it coming. I appreciate that, fam.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
I told you these managers, these I won't say trainers. I won't say trainers because trainers they get paid just to train. They can get fired at any given time. So the trainer's going to have to, if you want to continue to eat, you got to put him as probably kiss the fighter ass and stuff like that if you want to continue to get the check. So I'm not talking about the trainer. But when you got managers, promoters, you know what I mean? Network executives, when you ask them a straight question, it's like pulling teeth. You can't never get a straight answer out of them. Like, this is another thing, a question I got to ask you. Myron, I got to ask you this question. I have to ask you this question, Myron. Myron, I have to ask you this question. Everybody know who Bill Gates is. Bill Gates show his face. Bill Gates do interviews. Bill Gates is around. You see him everywhere. Warren Buffett, 80-something years old. You see his face, he's around. He's the face of his company. You see his face and you see him around. What my main man? Leonard Ellaby. Eddie Hearn, you see his face, he's around, making hit songs, making hit singles, going on tour with Beyonce. I told her he was going on tour with Beyonce. Beyonce got a new song, an album coming out, something like that. Old ass Bob Arum, he was showing his face 2,000 years ago with Jesus. When you know what I mean? When he promoted his first fight with David and Goliath, when he told Jesus not to trust Judas, he was around then and he's around now. He showed his face. You know what I mean? Do you notice all of the CEOs, show their face and do interviews, but it's one company, the CEO won't show his face. You don't know what his voice sound like. You don't know if the niggas are dead or alive. But all these other top guys, they show their face. Is there a reason for that, guys, that you know of? True. I'm just asking. I ain't saying no names. I'm just asking. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Volvo Ranch, Cleveland, Ohio.
Volvo Ranch, gonna talk to me.
Yeah, that 52 fake out you was talking about. I know you ain't say no names, but I'll say it for you. Ryan Garcia. That's what you was talking about. You ain't gotta admit it. We all know what you was talking about. He keep mentioning Tank name. They don't want no smoke. I'm saying about to let that boy get in there right now with him. He gonna keep making that money off that boy. That boy don't want no smoke. Notice he mentioned his name. He said out his mouth that the Tank fight should be next. That's what Ryan Garcia said out his own mouth. Why ain't it next? Why they don't want to make it next?
I don't think
because he don't want to. Huh?
I don't think. Listen, we already know what's going on with Ryan Garcia. He's a cap artist and stuff like that. But I broke it down.
Right.
I broke it down already as it relates to. And I wasn't just talking about Ryan Garcia. I was talking about any of the fighters who fit that. Ryan Garcia is not the only one. There's a couple of them promotional companies out there. But I say all that to say this. The reason why I always play that video with what Leonard Ellaby said is because I feel he told the truth. He's telling you, look, this is our business model. So I respect that. I can't get mad at Leonard Ellaby. He's telling us what our business model is. When I played Floyd Mayweather, when he says, we got our own fighters over here, Mayweather promotes his PBC, yada, 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 yada. So they let us know we're not doing anything. I don't believe in making another promoter rich. Okay, so that told me this fight would not happen with that's signed to another promoter because you already said you don't believe in making another promoter rich. So if I stick to what you're saying, that means that anyone that's not signed to your company, those fights won't happen. So I get that. I'm not even tripping on that. As it relates to Ryan Garcia and Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya, I told you, it's going to be a whole lot of A-side talk. We don't even know if Ryan Garcia is serious. He's known for pulling out of fights. He has a history of pulling out of fights. So you can't trust anything he says anyways. So if you're Tank Davis or Leonard Ellaby, you can't take these guys serious because I don't know if, they may pull out of a fight. It seemed like Ryan Garcia, he does a lot of clout chasing. He likes calling people names out, but he really don't fight the people whose names he call out. So when you have a track record of doing that, you can't take that serious, Volvo Rants. You can't take
mental illness, fake mental illness. I'm having a mental illness all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. Yeah. But let me say this. We know who you talking about. Wink, wink. We know who you talking about.
Oh,
when they come to that fight, we know who you talking. Huh?
Yeah. That fight, the mystery fight.
Right. Yeah. We know who you talking about. Yeah. It's time. If they gonna make it happen, it's time. They don't want to let that boy go in there with him. They already know he ain't done nothing. He been fighting Uber drivers. He ain't about to do nothing.
I'm gonna say this: it's not the fighters. It's not the fighters.
What you say?
No, I'm gonna say this: it's not the fighters. If this fight don't happen, it's not the fighters. It's
It's not the fighter or the fighters, plural.
No, it's not the fighters. It's not the fighters, plural. It's neither one of them. It's the people who on that side of the street that's supposed to have all this money. That's supposed to be the place to be. That's supposed to be everybody living in mansions and driving Lambos and suicide doors. It's that side. And again, they know, again, for some reason, it's something about that one guy. From a stylistic standpoint, they're like, man, this shit is all wrong. This shit is all wrong, and we're gonna do everything in our power to stall it out. Hope it go away. Hope people start talking about it, and that's what it is. Hey, Vovo, we got another call.
Like that.
We got another call calling in. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, then, bro. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Salute. Hold on, guys. We got another call calling in. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What up, Coach? Cruz from Jersey.
Cruz from Jersey. Talk to me, fam.
All right, man. Usually I agree with a lot of stuff you're saying, but man, first of all, I'm a Danny Garcia fan, so I was really happy to see him in the ring last night. But I thought the fight, I enjoyed the fight. I mean, I thought it was technical, a lot of body work, something that I haven't seen from Danny in a while. Yeah, I overall enjoyed the fight. My biggest concern is I don't know if that power is going to translate at 154. Yes, I'm a little concerned, man. As a Danny Garcia fan, I don't know if 154 is where he needs to be, but if he gets a shot, hey, why not?
Hold on, go ahead. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Coach. Go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
No. Danny Garcia. I like Danny Garcia. I understand his limitations as a boxer. I don't believe that he'll beat the top guys. The top 5 guys in the junior middleweight division. I think with Danny Garcia, and the reason why I broke down what a matchmaker's job is because Danny Garcia has to be matchmade perfectly. You see what I'm saying? You just can't throw him in there with an overall athletic type fighter who can throw punches and angles, have excellent footwork, great lateral movement, set trap counters and stuff like that, have a mean feint game and know how to work behind the jab. You can't put him in there with a fighter like that. Stylistically, you're going to have to put Danny Garcia, you're going to have to match him up very well with certain fighters. And that's boxing overall, though. That's boxing overall, to be honest with you. That's boxing overall. So it's just my opinion. I don't think he'll beat any of those top guys. And I just don't from a style. And not because I don't like Danny Garcia. I'm saying from a stylistic standpoint. And his power didn't carry when he was in the welterweight division, his power didn't carry over from 140. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, he wasn't knocking people out alone, with the no look left hook at 147. So I don't think he's gonna do it at 154. So, I'm glad he's back though.
Yeah, one thing I do want to say, I know everyone has their opinion in regards to this, but I want to give a big shout out to Danny Garcia for talking about mental health, man. I went to school, my training, my degrees. I worked in mental health for a long time, and that's a whole different type of monster, man. And a lot of people, they say, it ain't a big deal. Sometimes they self-medicate, you know what I mean? Or they live dysfunctional lives. So I want to give a big shout out to Danny Garcia for talking about mental health and bringing it up to the forefront of the sport. That's my call, Coach.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Cruz from Jersey. Give him a round of applause. Cruz from Jersey, round of applause. Oh, yo, Texas Bulldog. What's going on, man? Texas Bulldog. What's going on, fam? Texas Bulldog boxing in the building. It is what it is. Jonathan, what you said? He said, bro, Coach was talking about this guy and this guy. I can't even say their names. Can't even say their names. It's not them. It's not them. It's not them. It's not them at all. It's not them at all. Contrary to popular belief. He say, Coach is clearly talking about Jake Paul and Rockmore noodles. I was clearly talking about Papa Smurf and Gargamel. That's who I was talking about. But the reason why I brought up the matchmaking, because these guys know, they be studying these fighters. Man, this motherfucker here, this nigga right here. Shit, this little motherfucker right here done came in the trap. He's stopping everybody in the division. Hold on, man. God damn, I don't know we want to do this shit. Fuck. God. Okay, the Wakanda shit almost up. People gonna be calling us out on this stuff in a minute. Damn, boy, shit. Woo, Lord, God damn, get in contact with this YouTube channel. Tell him to do this. Okay, you tell him to do that. Okay, you tell him to do that over there. And bro, I'm telling this shit, WWE, dog. Listen, bro, if I'm a promoter, I'm not putting my fighter in there with someone especially if I ain't got no level fair with him. I'm not putting my fight in there with someone who I know for like, damn, I don't like this matchup. I'm gonna do everything in my power to stall him out like Debo. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Major Key Boxing. What's going on, Coach?
Major Key, talk to me, fam.
And we already know Old Town in the building.
Yes, sir.
But hey, listen. Which one you wanted me to start off? Because I got opinion on all of them. To be honest with you, which one you want? What's the most relevant right now?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So first and foremost, who I would like to see Danny fight next? I would like them to see him fight. I just heard a little clip with Paulie Malignaggi mentioning Sam Egginton, which I don't think is a bad idea. But also Xander Zayas. Why not? PR versus PR that'll sell out the Barclays or Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, for me, those are interesting fights. You know, to gauge where Xander's at, to gauge where Danny's at. Where, you know, and one of them's gonna come out a victor, one of them's gonna come out a loser. So I'm not mad at that. So that's with that. I felt like you know, he did a good job keeping Benavidez at the edge. Now you mentioned earlier because I've been here since the beginning, but I've just been listening. So we mentioned earlier about the foot. You know what I'm saying? Now I spoke to Jose on a live last week before the fight, and I asked him specifically that question. I said, so you know, how good is the foot? He's like, no. He's like,
his knee.
Huh?
You talking about his leg?
Yeah, his leg.
Yeah. Okay.
I asked him specifically, is his leg 100% or not? You know what I'm saying? He said no, his leg is 100%. Absolutely. That's not going to be a problem. And the reason I asked him that is because we know, and I told him, I said, well, the reason I'm asking is because we know that Danny's a counter puncher. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much where he's going to be, you know, he's going to be looking to see how well the leg is going to be able to perform. And that's all he did. Danny just kept him at the edge of the punch. So, you know, he kept feinting and stuff like that. So the fact that his father said that, but then he said that it's still a 50-50 fight. So when his pop said that, right, then I'm like, okay, well, his pop's saying it's a 50-50 fight. So I got to kind of side with Danny on this one. You see what I'm saying? Because otherwise he would be hyping it up a little more, but he said it's a 50-50 fight, and that's his son, right? So at that moment, that's where I went with that. But yeah, Danny, I don't know what he does in that division. I think he's just looking to cash out, you know what I mean? Get a couple of fights in so that he could, you know, keep on investing in his other ventures and stuff like that. As long as he keeps on making it interesting though, like, you know, fighting the names that we know, then I think he'll be good with it.
I would like to see Danny. I would like to see Danny fight. You know what, Keith Thurman. I wouldn't mind saying that fight. I'm gonna tell you why. They fought already. They have history. Keith Thurman is a big enough name for them to be a good draw at the Barclays Center, and I think they will make. If you were looking at it from a money standpoint, I think they'll make good money fighting each other again. I really believe that at 154.
Yeah, but Keith would have to move up to 154. I haven't heard him try to campaign yet. Yeah, you know, I would agree with that. I would watch that again. You know, that was a pretty close fight. You know what I'm saying? And Danny got some left hooks in on him, and you know, Keith obviously was doing what he does, and so I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. But you know, is he going to move up? That's the whole question. So, but then moving on to the referee, right? Number one, that is sad because he took away from the Gary Antuanne's, you know what I'm saying, aggression that shows, yo, this dude is like legitimate. You know what I mean? So that if he would have just let it last a little bit longer for me, but you know, his hometown cooking and you know, it is what it is. It reminded me of the Amir Khan versus Lamont Peterson. When that happened over there in DC. You know, it really is shameful because he could have just let that rock for a little bit longer, and Gary would have probably got the job done in that round, if not the next round. You know, I actually predicted Gary Antuanne to knock him out in the 7th. So maybe I'm a little biased because I wanted it to last a little longer. But for me, it wasn't a normal stoppage. And not only that, but from the beginning of the fight, you know, when Gary Antuanne got clipped, you know, he held on and the ref didn't say anything. And then as soon as the dude clinched, Barthelemy clinched on him a little bit, he warned him, like, oh, you know, he needs to stop holding. And he warned him for everything. He warned him for a low blow when he hit the belt line, you know, everything. So it looked like he was looking for reasons. You know. It was some hometown cooking.
And see, Major Key, you know boxing very well. When you start seeing stuff like that, you know, you automatically know this is the guy that's not supposed to win. This guy here is the one supposed to win.
Exactly.
He's the house fighter. He's the one who the promotional company that's involved, who's paying me. He's the one who they're favoring. So this guy has to win. You know what I mean? And this guy here, he might be fighting just a little bit too tough. You know, it might be fighting just a little bit too tough, and we got the. You see what I'm saying? So that for me, that's what went on. And like you said, it robbed Gary Antuanne, because you'll have people mad at him. Oh man, you ain't really winning that fight. The referee had to help you and start the fight, and it robbed him of his victory because you should have let him see can he finish him. And just because a man get knocked down doesn't mean that. Because we've been watching boxing a while. People get knocked down all the time and get up, and they end up winning the fight. It happens. So that dude, the referee, that was some bullshit. That was some, you know, that was promoted. He probably got to look here, man. Any chance you get to stop this fight, you stop it, because but Barthelemy was fighting just a little bit too tough, and he hurt our guy early in the round, and he's timing him, and he's catching him lunging in, which I knew he was going to catch him lunging in, and that's what it's going to be. And guess what? If Barthelemy would have been on his game, he could have caught Gary Russell again, because Gary Russell set it up good, but he could have caught him again because the punch, the temple shot that he got hit with, he leaped and threw it. It was a leaping shot. Boy, if Barthelemy would have timed him, once he would have saw him opening up to throw that, he could have caught him. He could have caught him with a straight right running in there. He could have caught him with a straight right running in there. Yeah, but shout out to Major Key, man.
He looked like he was flicking up to that. Yeah, man. And hold on, I got to cover the two other ones. So Demarison, that dude was fighting like an Olympic style for a heavyweight man, fighting like an Olympic style dude. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him.
He was
you know
fighting Kalnaki. What else fighting Kalnaki last night? Yeah.
Exactly. And then he was fighting Olympic style, very, very poised for his weight. You know what I mean? So shout out to him. And then when it comes to Rahman Jr. versus Jake Paul, man. My problem is regardless of what the problem is when it comes to the weight, you signed a contract, man. You should have made that happen, because that would have made you relevant. You know what I'm saying? That would have made you relevant. It wasn't going to be a gauge for us to know how good he is, but it would have been something to increase his popularity. So that way, when he fights somebody else, because when it comes to the top dogs, we don't know that he's going to last with any of them, because will Kenzie Morrison actually last with any of them? So in the meantime, if you're trying to make some money while you're in this sport, you could have made some money just off of the exposure from the Jake Paul fight. So to lose a little, some extra pounds or whatever, because from earlier, he had 3 weeks and he only lost 1 pound, right? If that's the case,
that's the story,
bro. Then you really weren't trying. And if you really weren't trying, then you just messed up your back, bro. And now you may have messed up this back and every back, coming through in your future. So that's my call, man. You have a great day, bro.
All right. Hey, shout out to Magic Key. Hey, Magic Key, I got one more thing to say. Now, I can't physically show you tangible proof, but I will say this. 3 weeks ago, I was told this fight was never going to happen.
I spoke to someone. Call me after the show. I spoke to somebody 3 weeks that actually was in the sparring section, and I heard something similar.
Okay.
So holler at me.
All right.
All right.
Shout out to Major Key. Shout out to Allen Maddox.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Allen, what you say, fam? He said, Coach Booger Ray said it. Booger Ray said it. He said, casuals buy anything. That's true. Leonard's model is simple. Give Tank's opponents a half a Pop-Tart, 2 Chico sticks, and a Mitsubishi Gotti on the back end. And this is the thing, though, Allen Maddox, this is the thing. There's not a doubt in my mind that a fighter like Tank Davis, he's an elite fighter. He'll fight any of the top guys. Not a doubt in my mind. Not a doubt in my mind at all, right? I don't even doubt that. But what Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather are doing, they're making a business decision. And that's just what it is. So as it relates to Tank, it's always going to be the same. You know what I mean? It's always going to be, we know he'll beat him without fighting the guys. You see what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Me, I ain't going for that. But I get what you're saying though. But I think in the long run, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think in the long run it's going to hurt him, because Tank has a lot of diehard fans from B-More and stuff like that. And I got one of the brothers. He like, man, we want to see him fight the top dude. Like they take the total opposite position that another fan of Tank would take. You see what I'm saying? Because these guys, they understand that in order to be the best, you got to fight the top guys. So I hear what you're saying, but this is their business model. This is their business model. I'm not saying I like it, Alan. I don't like it at all. But this is their business model, and that's just what it is. He told us. And that's why I said I respect the fact that he was honest and told us. I respect it.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
It is what it is. It is what it is. So I told you a lot of this stuff is just WWE, dog. WWE. All this stuff, bro. It's just stories. It's an information war going on out there. Narrative. We got to push our narrative, get this out there, try to get ahead of this. This is what's going on. I'm a content creator. I'm telling you guys what's going on. I'm a content creator. I'm telling you what the lick is. I understand. Listen, I understand the keyword research. I understand SEO, how to optimize. I understand all that stuff. I know who's who now. I know who's who now. I get sources say Coach Malachi Williams get phone calls. Sources say he gets text messages. Sources say he's told things before it happens. And even when I see other people jumping out the window doing this or doing that, I don't say nothing because I want to sit back and see. I'd rather be right than wrong. You get what I'm saying? I like to see things play out and then let it go from there. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, but that's just what's going on, dog. That's what's going on, fam. It is what it is, fam. You're not going to see the top guys that you want to see fight. Those fights are not going to happen. To understand what narrative is being pushing, you'll see. Like you'll see any of the top guys, and if you see their message is the same, you automatically know everybody's on code to push that one narrative. You ought to know what it is. And that's just what's going on. That's just what's going on, fam. You see what I'm saying? These guys are not, the promoter not, I'll put it this way. If I got a star fighter, let's say my star fighter is Boxing Logic United or Odie Lowe, that's my star fighter. I'm not putting him in no goddamn ring with no killer. What am I put him in the ring with a killer for? For what? I'm gonna put him on a Jamal Charlo diet. I'm gonna give him a diet. Listen, you're gonna get this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a diet full of Suleckis. You're gonna get a diet full of Brandon Adams. You're gonna get a diet full of Kellys. You're gonna get a diet full of Dennis Hogan's. You're gonna get a diet full of Montiels. I'm gonna give if you my fighter, you my star fighter. I got one bullet left in my rest of 38. Guess what? I'm gonna put you, listen, I'm not putting you in there with no killers. I'm gonna sell it like it's a killer. And if you ask me anything, I'm gonna do what Stephen Spinoza say. Don't nobody. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let's see, can we find that? Let's see, can we find that? Because I want you to see this, guys. I want you to see this. I want you to see this. Hold on. Hold on. I want you to see this. Let me see. Here you go, right here. Here you go, right here. Let's see this nigga explain. See, I know what I'm talking about. And guess what? Steven Espinosa gonna prove me right. Aren't you, Steven? Steven, you gonna prove me right, Steven? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You gonna prove me right. He gonna prove me right. I do not own the rights to this material for education purposes only. Listen to this.
I'm here with Steven Espinosa. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing excellent.
How are you feeling about Danny coming back, man? How you expect the show to go?
Look, Danny, to me, one of the fighters I respect most in the sport. I mean, I have respect for everybody who comes in the ring. But what Danny is, I think so, and also because he's very personable and outgoing. And
Demetrius Andrade.
Here you go.
Because he's
very popular, but the reality is, like, he is one of the cornerstone guys in the sport and has been over the last decade.
All right, here you go right here. Here you go right here. Let's go on up here. Let's see. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Here you go. Here you go. Let's go. I do not own the rights to this material. It's for education purposes only. Here we go.
To know your opinion, because the other day Jamal Charlo went on, I believe it was Instagram Live, and he started talking about a lot of people, Demetrius Andrade, Triple G, Benavidez, Munguia, also Chris Eubank Jr. Out of those fights, which one would you think is probably the most?
Look at the smirk on his face.
Kind of difficult to say.
Well, look, I think the most likely one is, and the one that I think is the best is clearly to me Benavidez. And I'm not saying the other ones aren't possible, but Munguia had his shot. You know, we were right there on the 1 yard line. His promoter walked away from the fight, basically. You know, Andre, had his shot. He's had his shot at both of them. He had a fight on the table. Can you? All right, Rob. Good to see you, bro.
So this the nigga spraining. So he's letting you know, oh man, they had that shot. They had that one shot to fight him, and so that fight ain't gonna happen. They had that shot. But guess what though? Canelo had his shot to fight Jamal Charlo. If Canelo come back right now and say, look here, puto, yeah, I had a shot to fight Jamal Charlo in that middleweight, but Jamal Charlo turned down the fight with me when we gave him an offer and stuff like that. So Canelo could take that same position. Canelo could say, look here, puto, when I was with Oscar, we offered this clown, not clown, I don't want to disrespect Jamal Charlo. We offered this guy a contract, you know what I mean? He didn't want it, he turned it down. His brother Jamel Charlo confirmed it when he said that I never turned down Canelo. I never turned down Canelo. I got the video, got the receipts. Yes, I do. True. So, but y'all still trying to make Jamal Charlo fight Canelo. Canelo could say, oh man, he had that chance, that ship has sailed. Let's continue though. You get what I'm saying?
Can you actually kind of clear that up a little bit, because there's this running notion that Charlo really never wanted to quote unquote fight against Andrade when you guys were behind the scenes trying to make that fight multiple times.
Yeah, and the reality, the time that I've been referring to,
look at his body language.
Will confirm it. Is and I don't know the year. His deal was up with DAZN. And so there was a window there where we said, okay, you're talking about re-signing with DAZN. You could also go this way. Give you a Charlo fight or a fight and then a Charlo fight, either way. And, and you decide to re-sign with DAZN. And even after the fact, he made the comment. His comment was, DAZN is going to keep paying me millions of dollars to fight guys like Luke Keeler. Then I'm going to resign. That says everything you want to know. That's fine. If that's the way you want to go, there are lots of ways to carry out a career.
Okay, but if Andrade did say that, Jamal Charlo doing the same thing. Y'all paying him $1 million, $1.5 million to fight Suleikis and Brandon Adams and Dennis Hogan. Y'all doing the same shit. So what's the problem? True. Sauce Louis, what did he say? He say, coach, but that's the problem. Protect their fighters. We the diehard. He said we the diehard. We want to see the fights, lose or draw. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. Hey, Sauce Louis. It is what it is, fam. You see the body language in them though. Shout out to Allen Maddox. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What to say, fam? He say Jerry said Tank duck Loma. Tank didn't duck Loma. I'm a Loma fan. Florida and the PBC duck Loma. Keep it 100%. PBC don't want no part of Haney. Even all 4 belts.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
You say even for all the belts. Yeah, exactly. He's not. This is what I'm trying to tell you, Allen. See, these guys who make these decisions, they look at stuff from a stylistic standpoint, matchmaking. They're like, man, you know what, man? From a stylistic standpoint, we don't like this fight. Even though our fighter probably can beat this guy, but from a stylistic standpoint, anything can happen. We don't like this guy. This guy's style can neutralize my fighter's strengths. So this is why you hear a whole bunch of niggas explaining when it come to making fights. When it's a fight that's advantageous to the promoter, and they can pull a old Yogi Bear. Put the old Yogi Bear and hey boo boo Yogi Bear. They can pull that over on the fans. Then they'll go ahead and see. You'll see a fight made in 5 minutes. But when you hear the niggas explaining, that's what you already know what time it is. And when I see Steven Espinosa, I see a whole lot of niggas explaining. That's what I see and that's what I hear. Let's continue.
And if that was his preference, and he wanted to cash in on that money, that's great. But then don't say that Jamal Charlo won't fight you. Because it was there and it was a healthy offer.
Jamal Charlo said he did when he won't fight the man. What the hell you talking? Don't say Jamal Charlo won't fight you. Jamal Charlo said he ain't fighting doggone Andrade. He said that. did say he would fight him, but he said he ain't gonna fight him. He ain't nobody. He said this. Y'all turned down offers from the zone. Offers from the zone. $7 million for what I was hearing, for what I've been hearing. The fight dog on Andrade. Man, cut it out, man. Cut it out.
It certainly wasn't anything that he couldn't have gone and fought with the zone afterwards if he wanted to do that. So I think in each of those, like, there have been opportunities, and they've just not come through. I mean, you commit to signing Jermell and then you walk away from it later on.
They always, let me tell you something. Listen, man, this dude a weasel for real. This dude is a weasel for real. Squirming. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Archie from Vegas.
Archie from Vegas. Flatline. Talk to me, fam.
Yeah, that's me, man. Hey, man. Hey, man, I disagree, man, with you respectfully. You my guy, you know that, dude. I don't talk shit over the phone to you, you know.
We good. Talk to me, fam. Talk to me. We good. You ain't got to agree with me all the time, man. It is what it is.
Man, it's the fighters, man. It's the motherfucking fighters. I don't never hear these fighters complaining about fighting tomato buns, cherry buns, gyro buns. They don't complain about fighting them fucking buns. You know what I'm saying? They even support each other fighting buns. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. That's all I wanted to call this thing.
Hey, shout out to Archie, man. Shout out to brother Archie, man. Flatline, man. Flatline.
Hey, yeah. Thank you, man. Thanks for taking my call.
Shout out to Archie from Vegas, man. Archie from Vegas. Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't want to be hearing all that niggas explaining and he had his chance and that time is shipped and sailed. Okay, so basically what you're telling me, the trajectory is Sulecki. This is the trajectory. We waiting on Canelo. Canelo, please come fight me, Canelo. Canelo, come fight me, Canelo. Okay, Canelo ain't fighting you. Canelo busy. Canelo, I'll wait on you, Canelo. I want to fight Canelo. Canelo, that's it. That's the only name you got. So you don't want to fight no slick black fighters? No. I'm waiting on Canelo. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Steve. Steve from California.
Steve from Cali, talk to me.
Hey, so long-time boxing fan. I think the main problem back in the old days, like in the 80s, used to be like USBA, NABF. That was the step to the world title.
Right.
Now they got this WBC, Intercontinental, Latino, all this crazy stuff confusing everybody. We don't know who is really supposed to fight the champion. And it's all these sanctioning bodies trying to make money because all these little titles. If I win a Intercontinental, I got to pay these guys $10,000 the next fight I fight. Yep. And what they have to do is kill all that stuff. WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, whatever. That's the only titles.
They create all these belts. See, the sanctioning bodies is the author of confusion, and then you got people like Steven Espinosa. He's the author of confusion, and then you got certain promotional companies. All of them work together. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Everybody, all of them on the same team. All of them on the same team. Steven Espinosa is on the same team as the sanctioning bodies. The sanctioning bodies is on the same team as the promoters. The promoters is on the same team as Espinosa or that networks. Everybody's on the same team.
Those guys are killing boxing.
Yeah,
they're killing. And so the fans, like, I'm a hardcore boxing fan from the 70s, 76, and I'm confused. Imagine these guys now. They're like, who's the champion? Oh, this guy Steve or whatever. He's got a belt. I've got some like BS bullshit title. Oh, he's got a belt. He must be a champion. They don't know. No one knows who's the champion no more. But this little step up, just say like baseball. They got minor leagues.
Yeah, I remember.
All right, and then they come up to the major leagues.
I remember. This what it is though. They can have that, but this is the thing. Everything is so political. The boxing is so diluted with 1 million goddamn belts. Everybody got a belt.
100%.
Everybody.
100%.
You got the PapaJohn.com belt. You got the Pizza Hut belt. You got the Kentucky Fried Chicken belt. You got the Popeye chicken belt. You got the hog head cheese belt. You got all these different belts. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to making certain fights, and this is the problem that I have. I'm going to say this, Steve, before you go. The problem that I have is this. You have fans arguing and debating about a certain fighter who needs to be fighting the top guys, while on the flip side, they're making an excuse for why another elite fighter don't have to fight top guys. Like, how can they argue both sides of the coin? Heads, this guy needs to be fighting the tough guys. Tails, my guy don't need to be fighting the tough guys. So how you going to argue both sides of the coin? How come one guy needs to fight the killers, but the other guy don't need to fight the killers? How can you argue, take both positions? I'm taking both positions. This is the problem. This is the problem.
100% agree.
Shout out to Steve.
100% agree, and you call it like it is. Hey, great show, Coach.
Shout out
Keep
to you,
it up.
Yes, sir. I'm like, listen, you can't beat these dudes. You can't beat them. You can't beat them. Hey, Myron. What Myron at? Barcelona United. You can't beat these dudes. You can't beat them. You can't beat them. They arguing both sides of the coin. Hey, just when you think you got them pinned down, they changed their position. They fit their narrative. You can't beat them. You can't beat them. That's they one. That's they one. Hey, look here, man. Hey, look here. Hey, listen. Every time we gonna talk about boxing.
What about Rocky Marciano?
Oh, there they go. There they go. Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass. That's they one. That's they one. Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano. Let me tell you something wonderful. Rocky Marciano was good, but compared to Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano ain't shit.
He beat Joe Louis's ass.
Hell, man, look here, man. Like, look, bro, I'm telling you, anytime we want to hear about some fights, they go to niggas explaining, Wakanda forever. You know what I mean? Like, bro, look, listen, you too old for this Wakanda narrative. Like, bro, come on, man, tighten up. You don't want to see the best fights? Well, shit, my fighter ain't got to be fighting them, goddamn. Why he got to be fighting them? They ain't nobody. They need to be doing stuff. They need to be the one doing the fighting. Okay, cool. So he done the fighting. Well, that's what he need to do. Listen, this is what I mean by arguing both sides of the coin. We can't get this fight. Why we can't get this fight? He went the wrong network, wrong side of the street. Top Rank Toby. Promoter blocking the fight. He never should have re-signed. If he leaves, we can make the fight tomorrow. The guy leaves. Doom. What up? Hey, man, look here, man. I'm a free agent. I'm here, baby boy. What's up? You say about leaving, come over here. We can make the fight happen. You ain't fought nobody. You ain't no star. You the B-side. Goddamn. You ain't fought nobody. Top Rank Toby. You the B-side.
Unknown caller.
You got to be realistic. 80-20, 70-30. I'm like, damn. So I left my situation for what? Nothing? True. Can't beat him, dog. You can't beat him. Can't beat him, dog. You can't beat him. Can't beat him. Carter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? This is Chris from Sacramento.
Chris from Sacktown. Talk to me.
Man, everything you're saying today is spot on. But at the end of the day, that does not apply to Devin Haney. He's the only one that's willing to get down with anybody.
Oh,
he
that's
got
facts.
all the real belts.
Yeah, facts.
He got all the real belts. And now since he won, the narrative's changed. So belts don't matter.
Yeah.
Like literally when he won.
Yeah, belts don't matter.
So earlier when you was talking, I knew exactly what you was talking about. When Bro called talking about Ryan, I started laughing. I was like, nah, I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Now everybody's gonna play the same game. Every place everybody playing the same game. Devin don't matter. Devin's blackballed.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to notice patterns. That's why I really can't wait until he takes all their asses out.
Yeah.
It's gonna mean that much more. I wasn't even that big with Devin Haney, but now it's impossible not to do. He's the only one left.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. Like what I try to do, Chris, I try to point out the double standards. Like you can't beat a guy you can't prove a point to none of these guys because they argue both sides of the coin.
Every time.
Every time.
And none of them want to fight Devin. Devin got all the belts. Everything you need is right there.
He the email champ. I was talking about several fighters.
He got that belt too.
He the email champ. You know what I mean? He ain't the real champ.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He got to get a real belt. Okay,
Exactly.
He got all the belts. Oh, but belts don't matter. Wait a minute. You just said
Belts
on this.
don't matter. Nah. I have a weird feeling, and I love Tank, but he gonna make Tank look average as hell. I have a weird feeling. I have a weird feeling he's going to break his ass down. I have a weird ass feeling about it. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just feel like Tank going to come in scared as hell.
That fight ain't happening. Tank, that fight ain't happening. You can forget that.
Oh, I know it ain't happening.
That fight ain't happening.
Floyd ain't going to let that happen.
Yeah, that fight ain't happening. You know, that's a fantasy match. Hey, Chris. Chris, shout out to you, fam. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to Crew Sideline. That's why I told you guys, you can't argue with these dudes online. You can't beat them, dog. They argue both sides of the coin. You can't beat them. They'll tell you one thing, and then as soon as you do what they tell you, then they'll flip and go to the other side. That's how it works, dog. That's how it works. It's called protecting your assets. We got to protect our assets. Let's hear Steven Espinosa some more. Oh, sorry about that.
You know, for that fight.
All this goddamn nigga-splaining. All this nigga-splaining Steven Espinosa doing. Let's continue. Let's see what we got. Let's see what you got, Steven. They like to call him the Weasel. He looked like one too.
I think in each of those, like, there have been opportunities, you know, and they just not come through. I mean, you commit to signing Jermell and then you walk away from it later on. Like, that's a problem, you know.
What does that have to do with now? What does that have to do with now? Check this out. You commit to fighting Jermell and then you move on. That's the problem. Y'all act like y'all ain't done no Fugazi stuff over there at Showtime and the PBC. Because Showtime and PBC, they got a partnership, so they kind of like one and the same. Y'all act like y'all ain't done no Fugazi stuff. Man, cut it out. This what I'm hearing. This what I'm hearing right here. So basically, he finna justify. We finna reschedule Sulecki. That fight only popping. We finna reschedule Sulecki.
Munguia, you know, for that fight, he was in the fight. He committed to it. He had accepted his deal. It's his promoter that screwed things up, you know, unnecessarily.
Yeah. Do you think the Andrade against Charlo fight, it kind of has a little bit of a Spence versus Crawford feeling? Not the magnitude of it, but because Crawford is a free agent and now Andrade is a free agent as well. So it's like, okay, we can really probably make that fight happen.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, but I mean, I don't really hear anybody, except for a couple very notable people, who are pushing for, you know, Charlo Andre. I don't really see, you know, that's not something that in social media or when I'm out in public or, you know, anywhere people say, look, that's the fight you have to make. I just, you know, don't. And part of it is.
Yeah, you hear this? Yeah, man. You know, I don't on social media and when I go out in public, people don't say that's a fight we have to make. What are you talking about? True. This man don't piss me off. He don't piss me off now. He don't piss me off. So here we go. He don't piss me off. He don't piss me off. He don't piss me off now. Hold on. I didn't want to do this. But hearing that interview don't piss me off. I didn't want to do this. Let's do this. That's box rec. Let's go here. Let's go to middleweight. I didn't want to do this, but he don't piss me off now. He don't piss me off. I didn't want to do this. I swear I didn't want to do this. I wasn't even thinking about it. But let's go. That's Jamal Charlo. So he's saying the fans ain't been calling for Jamal Charlo to fight Demetrius Andrade. No one is talking about that. Well, who are they talking about? Let's go. Hold on. Let's go. No, let's do that. Don't piss me the fuck off now. Y'all did with the bullshit. Okay. All right, that's what we're gonna do. That's that we're gonna play these crackhead games. Huh? All right, we're gonna play these crackhead games, Steven Espinosa. All right, we gonna play these crackhead games, man. Okay. Let me pull up the hit, man. All right. Okay. All right. As Kevin Hart would say. All right. 32-0. All right. Here we go. Let's stop right here. So, Steven Espinosa, you want me to believe, and I'm talking to you, Steven, you want me to believe that the fans have not been calling for Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade to fight each other. Two black fighters, right? I don't know what y'all got against blacks. Seems like y'all don't like making black fighters fight other black fighters. I don't know what it is. Y'all say Canelo don't scare y'all say Canelo, he don't like fighting slick black fighters. Ain't that what y'all say? Ain't that what y'all, he don't like fighting slick black fighters. Okay, cool. If you want me to believe that, you're gonna have to explain to me why the slick black fighters don't want to fight the other slick black fighters. Make that make sense to me, man. Jamal Charlo specifically said, Stephen Espinosa, that he wants to fight Demetrius Andrade next. That's what he said. We did a show on that, Stephen Espinosa. What you're telling me is, now, oh no, don't nobody want to see that fight. Don't nobody want to see that fight. Oh, so let's look at this. Misfit, let me ask you a question. Misfit, let me ask you a question, sis. Misfit, let me ask you a question. Since don't nobody want to see, so don't nobody want to see Jamal Charlo fight Demetrius Andrade. That ain't what the fight. That ain't the fight the fans been calling for. How many fans was calling for Jamal Charlo versus Jorge Sebastian Highland? The fans ain't calling for Charlo versus Andrade, but the fans calling for Jorge Sebastian Highland. Okay, what are fans calling for Hugo Centeno Jr. versus Charlo? Stephen Espinosa, this question is for you, sir. Were the fans calling for Jamal Charlo versus Matvey Korobov? The fans wasn't calling for Demetrius Andrade and Charlo. That ship has come and sailed. That ship has come and gone, right? The fans wasn't coming for that, right? That's what he say. That's what he say. Okay, were the fans calling for Charlo versus Matvey Korobov? Were the fans calling for Charlo versus Big Bad Brandon Adams? Were the fans calling for Charlo versus Big Bad Dennis Hogan? Were the fans calling for Charlo versus Sergey Derevyanchenko? Were the fans calling for Charlo versus Juan Marcius Montiel? So if the fans ain't calling for Charlo, you got to be telling me that the fans was calling for those guys, those list of names I just read in the middleweight division. True. Again, guys, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I only have a GED, but I have a master's degree in common sense. This is a bunch of BS and the niggas explaining. That's what this is. Let's finish hearing what the clown got to say.
For a couple
feeling, not the magnitude of it, but
let's go right here, man. Let's go. I want you guys to see. I want you guys to see his body language. That's Rockman. That's him. I want you guys to see his body language. Hold on. That's the move I want to pull up. So look at this. Let's look at this body language. Okay, a minute. So that'll be 5 at the 5 minute mark. It's 5 minute mark. I just want y'all to look at his body language. You know I'm a body language expert, right? I got a master's degree in reading body language. Y'all know that? True. Let's continue.
Crawford is a free agent, and now Andrade is a free agent as well. So it's like
Crawford a free agent, Andrade a free agent.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, but I mean, I don't really hear anybody, except for a couple very notable people, who are pushing for Charlo Andrade. I don't really see that's not something that in social media or when I'm out in public or where people say, look, that's the fight you have to make. I just don't. And part of it is
nigga explaining.
Charlo probably, I'm sorry, Andrade hasn't been as visible, having been on his own, fighting guys who don't have the biggest names.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that there's a whole lot of demand for it. I mean, to me,
nervous energy.
We wouldn't do it, or it's not possible. But to me, it's sort of like the time has already passed for that. That fight peaked a while ago.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as exciting as Charlo versus Benavidez or Charlo versus Canelo. There are better opportunities out there right now.
They're still calling Charlo. They still calling Canelo. Yeah, Charlo versus Canelo. Man, listen, man. Okay, Canelo gonna take that same position. Look here, Puto. When I was with Golden Boy, we sent you a contract. We sent you an offer. You turned it down. So no, that ship has sailed. You see, when it come to fighting the slick black fighter, there's a whole bunch of niggas complaining. Oh, that ship has sailed. We can make. Listen, Demetrius Andrade is a free agent. So let me break Wakanda down for you. This for all you Wakanda-ites. You Wakanda's-ites said that Wakanda is the place to be. Young MC, Busta Rhymes, yeah. If you come over here, ooh, we got you all in check. This what y'all said, right? You have fighters who are free agents that's knocking on the door of Wakanda. Boom, 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 boom. Black Panther, let me in. Boom, 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 boom. Black Panther, let me in. Wakanda won't even open their doors to the other brothers who want to come into Wakanda. You seen that nigga explaining he was doing? That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know what you heard. I don't know what you guys heard, but this what I heard right here. See, I don't know what y'all heard, but this what I heard.
We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate, to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumvent, circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
Every time it's certain fighters, listen, they're black, they left their promotional situations, listening to you niggas online, they did all of that. As soon as they come to Wakanda, they found out that Wakanda is not what y'all been saying it was. And then instead of y'all admitting, you know what, man, this Wakanda stuff, man, really ain't what's happening. It's fiction, it's not real. You know what I mean? Because Wakanda is a fictional, it's not a real country. It's fiction, it's not real. Y'all double down on Wakanda. No, we got to hold on. We got to bleed the narrative. We got Wakanda right here. We got Wakanda. We holding on to Wakanda. No, we got to. You do know that Wakanda is not real, right? You do know that you got two black brothers who are free agents right now that still that's not connected to a network that's trying to get a fight with Wakanda fighters and nothing is happening. Oh man, they got to be realistic. 60-40, 70-30, 80-20. No, Top Ray Toby. He'll wrong side of the street. You do know that he's not on that side of the street anymore. Oh, he not? Nah, so you can't use that anymore. Oh, well, Top Rank Toby. Okay, you do know that he was never a Toby, but I get what you're saying. He's not with Top Rank anymore. Oh, he not? Nah, so that scratch that out. Oh, shit. What else we used to say? Oh, tell him to sign the contract. Yeah, sign the contract. You do know that there is no contract. These guys are allegedly still supposed to be negotiating. Oh, it ain't no contract yet? Yeah. Okay, well, my fighter signed already. You do know that's half of the equation. He's supposed to sign because it's his team that put everything together. And of course, he agreed to the terms because everything in the terms is favorite towards him. So of course he signed already, but that's just only one half of the equation. You do know that you need two halves in order to make a whole, right? Oh yeah, goddamn, he talking about math. Oh, that's too tough for me. I can't. Shit. What else you gonna say? You a coon. You Uncle Tom. You a sellout. You Uncle Ruckus. True. When all else fails, they go to name calling. That's when you know you got them. When all else fails, they go to name calling. So that's what I've been hearing. I've been a whole lot of niggas explaining. Whole lot of niggas explaining, dog. That's it. Luna, what you say? Say PBC? Don't want to let Killmonger Crawford in the building. They don't want to let Killmonger in. They don't want to let Killmonger. Killmonger want that smoke. Killmonger want that smoke. They don't want to let Killmonger in. Hold on. You know what, dog? Shit. Oh, goddamn. You ain't thought about it, right? Yeah, okay. No, it ain't where I said that last time. All right, goddamn. Sign the contract. Oh, ain't no contract. Okay, 70-30, 80-20, 60-40. Okay, okay, top rank Toby. Okay, shit. We running out of a list of things to say. Okay. Shit. Okay. How we going to explain that the two dudes that's free agents that they can't even get in Wakanda? How we going to explain that? Just keep talking about the same stuff that we've been talking about. And we just gonna hold on to it. True. I point out the double standards. Myron, and a whole lot of there you go. I point out the double standard, dog. Hey, see what he said. He said, "Coach, no shade, but you sound like the Winslow from Cat Dog." Oh man, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, bro. I called it the way I see it. We ain't put a whole lot of bobbing and weaving.
But this bomb is taking the easy matches, fighting other bombs.
You listen. You're taking the easy matches. You're fighting other bombs. And listen, just say that. And that's what I respect about Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather. They let it be known we taking the easy matches and we gonna continue to fight tomato cans. That's why you gotta respect. Leonard and Leonard Ellaby and Stephen Espinosa. Did you notice when you listen to Stephen Espinosa and listen to Leonard Ellaby, they sound very similar? It has to make sense. You got to be realistic. They're gonna talk an A-side talk, and nobody's really even asking for that fight. Oh, but they asking for whole head cheese? Oh, nobody's really asking for him to fight that tough competition. Oh my God, this is some tough competition. Why are they asking me this shit?
What?
I said, this is some tough competition. Why do they keep asking me about this fight? What? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna deny, we're gonna deflect. Anytime you come to me with some real questions about why fighter A not fighting for fighter B, especially since fighter B is a free agent now, it do a whole lot of goddamn niggas playing in and bobbing and weaving, shucking and jiving. I told you, Steven Espinosa, you got these promoters, network execs, these guys are politicians. Their job is to lie to you, tell you whatever you want to hear, tell you whatever they think you want to hear, but they never gonna give you what you want. We're gonna go tell you whatever you want to hear in order to get the vote. Dummy, just buy this next pay-per-view. That's what it is. What? That's exactly what it is. To this day. Really though. True. I want to say, he said, Coach, did you see the UFC was lit last night? Didn't that UFC fight? Sauce Louis, didn't that UFC fight happen in Texas, Dallas, Texas? Wasn't that UFC fight in Dallas, Texas? Wasn't that UFC fight in Dallas, Texas? Let me see, can I think up? Yeah, I see that. Terrence Crawford was there, right? Him and Mike Tyson sitting together. In Dallas, Texas, watching the UFC event. And I heard it was sold out. Terrence Crawford and the living legend Mike Tyson sitting together.
We the Charlotte Twins. We known for calling everybody out.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out,
What's up? It's the Jamal the Hitman Charlotte. Let's get it. Who want it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican Monster.
Mexican Monster.
Mello.
Yeah, man. Listen, shout out to Wakanda. Let's give Wakanda a round of applause. He fought J-Rock. Yeah, let's give Wakanda a round of applause, man. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and give everybody the shout-outs, man. Y'all already know what time of TI is, man. You know how we do it over here, man. And we don't even play over here, man. I call it the way I see it, dog. We are the hottest daytime boxing podcast in the YTBC, hands down. This 3 o'clock spot, we make it do what it do. It is what it is. We are a small channel. We are growing. And guess what? We gonna make it do what it do, dog. We're going to make it do what it do. We're going to stay right down the middle. Over here, we are on the side of boxing. I'm not on the side of Showtime. I'm not on the side of ESPN. I'm not on the side of Top Rank. I'm not on the side of the PBC. I'm not on the side of Matchroom. I'm not on the side of Queensberry. I'm on the side of boxing. I'm going to hold the line. I got my 30-30. I got my 30-30 rifle, Winchester rifle. I got a snub nose 38 in my ankle. I got a 30-30 rifle, snub nose 38 in my ankle, and I got a deuce in my waist. And guess what? And I got a 4.5 in the back. And what we gonna do? We gonna hold the line for the sport of boxing. That's what we gonna do. We gonna hold the line, dog. We gonna hold the line. It is what it is. That's the way I see it, fam. That's the way I see it. We gonna hold the line. It is what it is, man. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Eric Grimey. Shout out to Swift 718. Shout out to the boxing king. Shout out to you, fam. Shout out to S. Kamani. Shout out to Sabrina Lee, Major Key Boxing, John Doe, what up, Doe? Jason Dockery, Massachusetts Fishing, Bless 365, Frank Forbes, the one Mr. Ham, Old Daddy Boxing, Anna McKenzie, BG, Oscar, Get Touched Up Boxing, Javon Soto, Big Hawk from Maryland, B-Dub G, shout out to you, fam, Karma Serene, Damian Bennett from Beatmore, Mark Nash from the ATL, shout out to Lady Shan Dundam Season. Shout out to hashtag BWON. Shout out to Juan Corrillo. Shout out to Bernard Burton. Shout out to LaShawn. Shout out to Al Money. Shout out to Frank the Tank with the Big Bank. Ricky Ricardo. Lucy. I'm home. Shout out to Big Will. Shout out to Knockdown 305. Dade County's finest. Shout out to Flex BX. Shout out to Manny G. What's up, G? Shout out to Boxing Nerd 101. Easy EP. Shout out to Odie Loke Boxing. Shout out to my main man, Boxing Logic United as well. Shout out to Drummond for life. Shout out to Candy Slim, Just a Fan, Dub Right Side, Deborah Booker from Cleveland, Ohio, Manny 209. Shout out to Adrian Big 30. Shout out to MFB. Shout out to Bush the Can Man Cassidy. Shout out to Troy Graham from B-More. Shout out to AV Sounds. Shout out to Kathy W, Dean West, Jim 82, Miguel Chartico, here to there. Shout out to Omaha, Nebraska's finest, True Gritter 402. Shout out to True Grit. What's going on, fam? Be safe out there on that road. Shout out to my cousin, Hair Hero Elite. Shout out to Jay Rodriguez. Shout out to Fola Bond, Philo 58, Ron Boy Fresh. What up, Slim? Shout out to Dantes. Shout out to Chickarelli. What's up, baby? Shout out to Lil Green Eyes P. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Shout out to Ahmed TJ Thomas Jones in the building. Shout out to my sister Fissiana Fights. Keep on fighting, sis. Shout out to Miss Fit. We gonna stay fit on this side of town. Shout out to Retro Boss and the Documentaries, my brother Blood. Shout out to School of X-Mon, Rider of the Storm, Philly Fly. We gonna stay fly in London, man. Shout out to A Sneed. Shout out to Dr. Paul Evans, the good doctor, when you need some trees. Shout out to my sister Arlette, Harlem's finest. Shout out to Lisa Bales, Newark, New Jersey's finest. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing, my brother Jamie over there, man, across the water. And shout out to my main man from Detroit. Detroit versus everybody. Shout out to O from Cali. Shout out to Boss Dog from SC. Shout out to Daddy Red from Mississippi. Shout out to Adrian from Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Jose from I forgot what Jose was from. Shout out to Jose. Shout out to Volvo Ranch from Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to Cruz from Jersey. Major Key from Orlando. Archie from Vegas, Flatline. Shout out to Steve from Cali, Killer Cali in the building. And shout out to Chris from Sacktown. Sacktown, y'all stand up, man. It is what it is, man. Shout out to Halim. Shout out to Eric Gutierrez. Shout out to PGH Big Dog. Shout out to the Chief. Shout out to The Rock from Brockton. Shout out to Sauce Louis. What's going on, fam? DJ Nature, Cool Bud Curry. You know, it is what it is. And shout out to Martin Ramos. Shout out to Hector Garcia, Big Heck, Jeff Lucietta, Thug and D from B-More. Who else we got in the building? Eric Gutierrez. It is what it is, man. Shout out to Dario Smith. It's too many names to name, man. Shout out to everybody. If I forgot your name, Aaron from Sacktown. And shout out to the Chief. And shout out to Six God Joe. It is what it is, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. You know, this is our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. It is what it is. And we're going to do something a little different. We always do it Devin Haney style. Guess what? We're going to do it Devin Haney style. Every time I see that dance, I start laughing. You know my motto. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on,